you got a little rhythm, move left to right. A new experience, baby, gon' hit your stride. Who walking? I'm walking. Who walking? I'm walking. Who walking? I'm walking. Is you walking? And when the groove get good, don't right to left. Shut up, y'all. We got grab the tread. Now who walking? I'm walking. Is you walking? I'm walking. Then stretch and walk it out like you know your plans you have for me. There's no evil. It's all good things. Lord, I love you. So I will trust you. Here I let my fear die. That's why I'm walking. My eyes can get it right. They gon' be my guide. And I'll follow the trouble. When I don't understand, I surrender to your plan for me. Don't clap your hands, everybody. I say me, don't fail me now. Don't chase it, you ready? Yeah, somehow I walk.
You know your plans you have for me. There's no evil. It's all good things. Lord, I love you. I will trust you. Here I let my fear die. That's why I'm walking. I'm walking. Yeah. My eyes can get it right. Yeah. Faithful be my guide. And even through the trouble, I don't understand. I'll relinquish all my plans.
Good Lord, open up doors. Took me down a path I ain't never been before. Looking at the road, I don't see a lot of space. Guess I gotta drop my load, cause you're picking up the pace. Don't leave me to die, be by my side. I get a little anxious, please be my guide. I got my feet shot, I've been prepping for the moment I would get the green light. So if you see me, I'm rolling like feet. Don't fail me now.
Trying to tell you like I am. By faith. Oh Lord, I'm walking. Anybody else going? Yeah, I say I am. I'm walking. When my eyes can't get it right, will be my guide.
I'll follow.
When I don't understand,
I'll surrender to your plan. For me. Feet don't fail me now. I'm walking.
Trying to tell you like
Oh yeah. I'm walking.
ooh, I'm walking. Anybody else going? Yeah, I say I am. Can I get a witness?
I'm walking. Wherever you may lead. Yeah.
Come on, man.
Ooh, yeah.
By faith. Sing. Get grandmama now. Go ahead, Papa.
Oh, he can't see, but I'll tell you this, you wouldn't know it.
No, of course, yeah.
He's incredible. I mean, when I got in the band, man, I remember he got into an argument with the drummer. By the way, Stevie, at those days, he's only a few years older than me, so he was young. He was built, ripped, buff. His push-ups and the whole thing. And the drummer got an attitude and said, man, I'm tired of Stevie. Put a blindfold on me. I'm going to fight Stevie. I'm thinking, this is not a good idea. This is just not a good idea.
Hold on.
Rewind. And we put the blindfold on the drummer, and they're going to duke it out. And you should have seen the guy. The guy, man, is doing like this. He's trying to find Stevie. And every time he went, bam! I mean, straight punch. This went on for a couple of minutes, and we threw the towel. We were like, you got to stop. Stevie was
beat
killing
him down?
Oh, Stevie was beating him down. I don't think he got one punch on Stevie. Bam! Yes, because he could hear it.
Heightened.
And he was hitting the guy so fast. I mean, it was just like, this ain't no fight. Like Rocky, throw in the towel.
At some point, I would have took off the blindfold and really just had to
And how about this? If he took the blindfold off, he may still have gotten the same
Still
ass.
got the same ass whoop.
Yeah, he would have probably got it because Stevie was ripped.
This one.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How you doing? How is baby doing? I like big boy.
Thank you. Where's my son?
What's that? He went to buy something.
This is for you, Mom.
I love you. I never forgot you. You were the best mom in the world. I love you so much. Now I'm going to send up these balloons and this flower for you, Mom. Wherever you are, I hope you're happy.
Story time, y'all. I had to step in the sanctuary for this one. So I was listening to this thing about a toddler, extroverted toddlers and all that kind of stuff like that. And it got me to thinking about when my grandmother passed away years ago. And one of my youngest cousins, he was just a toddler at the time. And he walks up to my mother and he asked her, he says, so when are they going to put grandma, when they going to send her to hell? Yeah, he wanted to know when they were sending my grandma to hell. So now my mom is like, what are you talking about? Who done told you grandma was going to hell? What kind of... No. Yeah, so long story short, what he was talking about was when they take the casket and they put it into the ground, in his mind, grandma was going to hell. Kids got their own brains, boy, I swear. The mind of a child, my goodness, my God.
This is the day, this is the day that the Lord has made, that the Lord has made. I will rejoice, I will rejoice and be glad in it, glad in it. This is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. This is the day, this is the day that the Lord has made. This is the day, this is the day that the Lord has made, that the Lord has made. I will rejoice, I will rejoice and be glad in it, and be glad in it. This is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. This is the day, oh, this is the day that the Lord has made. This is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. This is the day, this is the day that the Lord has made, that the Lord has made. As I look back over all these years that I made it through, I can't imagine where I'd be now if it wasn't for you. When your favor rests upon me, I can never explain. But I'm so glad that I can say I will rejoice. Let the people of God say, yeah. Let the people of God say, yeah. Let the people of God say, yeah. La 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 ba 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 ba.
What's up, everybody? Good morning to y'all. Hope everybody's doing all right on today. Come on, where you at? Y'all doing all right? All right, let's see it. Every morning, we ain't gonna bother with it. It is morning to everybody. Hope you guys are doing all right. Hey, everybody. Good morning to y'all. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope y'all are doing okay, and hope everything's all right with you on this lovely and wonderful Tuesday morning. It's Tuesday. What is it? 22nd. There we go. Tuesday, July the 22nd. And man, summer is like basically gone almost. This is yesterday, like how summer just seems like it's gone already. But we done made it to another day. So here we are. Glad to see y'all. Hope everybody's doing all right. Hope y'all are doing well. Thank y'all for locking in with Zeke Live in the morning. You have known a great way to start your day. Like I say all the time, I say it every day because it's true every day, and I'll stop saying it when it's no longer true. Instead of it's still true, then I'll still say it. So there you have it. Glad to see y'all. I'm your host, Zeke Locke. I've gotten my co-host, of course, Eric Rideout. You won't be today, but of course there's him and there's Rich Holmes. There is Rhonda on the Rocks. They'll be with us a little bit later on today. So thank y'all so much. Glad to see y'all. There we go. Glad to see y'all. Glad y'all locked in with us. Glad y'all decided to join in with us this morning. And we got another good one for you guys today. Got another good one today, of course. We had a good one down. Oh, y'all can't hear me well? Okay, hold on a second. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let's see here. I got the comments on. Why every day, Jesus? Every day, Jesus, there is something else that I got to contend with on these freaking things. That's what I feel like the first 10 minutes. That's what I feel like the first 10 minutes. The first 10 minutes of this show is just figuring out what 12 things went wrong. Because they're not the same 12 things every day. They're not the same 12 things every day. What 12 things went wrong today versus what 12 things went wrong yesterday. What do we have going on yesterday? Yesterday it was like the rotation of the screens was messed up, stuff was popping up and going around. No way to do anything about that. So of course there was that. Thank you, Asia, for that comment. Let me know y'all couldn't hear me well. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Which is gonna make it weird. So I hope y'all can hear me all right. I'm looking at my stuff, making sure it's reading okay. Yeah. I haven't been in my own studio since Friday, so yeah. So I'm looking at stuff. It looks like it's reading over here. As long as y'all can hear me, then cool. We might just have to have a no music vibe. I don't like not having music though, so we got to figure this out. I'm gonna put it out there one more time. We need an editor, and I need a producer. And I need an engineer, somebody who can handle all those kinds of things. Because I'll tell you, every day is like something else that goes wrong with doing live. I told y'all this yesterday. If you do any kind of live streaming, and shout out to all of y'all that do live streams and podcasts, y'all know the struggle is real. Asia, you did tell me you can help me. You're absolutely right. All right, bet. We're going to have a conversation. We're going to talk. Hit me up. We're going to talk. Because, the struggle is real. It's crazy. Y'all know it. Y'all, some of y'all do this. Y'all do this live every week, or let me just turn the comments on. Y'all can see yourselves. Some of y'all do this live every week. Y'all do this. Y'all know how it goes. And without being able to do like a test run, I think even on the news and other places like that, they do test runs. They do all that kind of stuff. Well, we go live 7. I'm not getting up that early to be trying to test run nothing. I'm letting y'all know that right now. I am not. It's a struggle to do at 7:30. Like. It's a struggle to do 7:30, let alone get up to like 5:30 to do a test run. Especially if I got to be at the office or something. So we just get on, and then y'all just the first 30 minutes is y'all getting the test run with us. That's the. So, anyways, thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all. And yes. All right. Background fiber, all that kind of stuff.
All right, y'all. Hold on, wait a minute. Ooh, I'm eating my mustache. I'm eating my own mustache and beard. Jesus Christ, why? Hold on a minute. Wait a minute. All right, y'all. Great day today. We've got a great one for y'all today. Today is going to be a good one. We've got a conversation. We're just kind of picking up from what we did last week. I think I said something yesterday. I'm sorry, not last week, but yesterday. I said something yesterday that honestly, and me and Rich was talking about this after the fact, after the show, and it just hit me. I was like, we really, for those of us who grew up in church, especially as PKs and stuff, we come to these types of conversations. Like, we come to this stuff with, honestly, with a little bit of privilege, you know what I mean? And when I'm saying a little bit of privilege, what I mean is we come in with a perspective that's limited. In fact, I won't even just call it privilege. I'll just say it's limited. I don't know if it's always necessarily privileged, but it's definitely limited. Like, everything we do, like people who grew up in church, especially if you're a PK or something like that, it's like everything we do comes through the eyes and the lens of of church stuff. So we have conversations. Look at me with conversations around church. We do church talk and church vernacular and all this kind of stuff. Look at me on this show. I mean, it's not a church show, but look how much we talk about church. Look at our audience. We talk about church all the time. So there's some limits in our view, but it's just our worldview. It is what it is. I can't shake it. I can't really change it. I can expand on it. I can grow on it. I think I've done that. I've been very intentional, especially in my adult life, about trying to grow and learn different things, learn different cultures, learn different perspectives. I've tried to grow that. And some of that just came just by the natural circumstance of traveling and meeting other people. So not even sometimes trying to change perspectives, just the fact that meeting people just does it if you engage with people with empathy and with understanding, and not always trying to impose your own will or your own agenda. You know what I mean? Like, but without any of that, limited perspectives. And this is true for anybody in any worldview, but for those of us who are from church worldview, I think we carry something just a little bit different, just a little bit heavier, a little bit weightier. And what is that? You carrying what people deem as the eternal salvation of their souls. And so sometimes the things we say and the things we do get I don't want to use the word convoluted, but they get combined on top of everything else. So in other words, if you feel like you're talking to a pastor or something like that, and you know that you smoke weed. I don't know, maybe that's your thing, And you be like, oh no, pastor, I can't tell the pastor that. I can't make it because he gonna make sure I know I'm going to hell. Like, you can already put yourself in there over there. Like, you know what I'm saying? But now people looking at you because you a pastor, because you from the church world, they're like, I can't do that around you. And there's certain levels of respect. I get that. I'm not knocking that at all. But I am saying, like, when you have this limited worldview that only goes through the lens and the eyes of church, sometimes what I think ends up happening is that when people come in that don't have that worldview, or when we have to engage with people who don't have that same limited worldview, or who maybe have different thought patterns, belief systems, all of that, then I think what ends up happening is that we end up being in the same space, or as the title implies, in the same churches, but really completely different world. Like, I live in a different world than this person. They live in a different world than me. Like, it's just two different worlds. And as many people are as there as in the church or whatever, you may have all kinds of different worlds. And so the idea of, what goes on from the pulpit and goes out into the pews very often is from a limited perspective. Like, just hear what I'm saying, right? Like, and this is something that I'm having to sort through. Like, as I really just take a real introspective look at my own. I don't know if that's redundant to say introspective look, but I take some introspection of myself, and I realize, oh man, I've grown up with pretty limited worldview. Not to say that I was sheltered, not to say that I was, not around anything. I didn't see anything, nothing like that. But, but to say that, I know that my worldview is different. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. I'm on my tangent. I see Mama said something. The sounds are gone. Can y'all still hear me all right? Can y'all still hear me? Let me know. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Let me know. I'll be quiet till y'all tell me. So I see somebody. Just let me know if you can hear me. Put a thumb up or something. Just let me know. Let me know. Let me know. If you can't hear me, then I know something's wrong. But see what I'm talking about? Something always going wrong. I see this right here. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Okay, y'all can hear me. Y'all can hear me just fine. Okay. All right, Mama, I don't know. That might be something on your thing. Are the comments? Yeah, we just leave the comments on. Okay. Y'all can hear me. Is that Shauna? Shauna? Oh, my Lord. See, I'm getting into the morning. I'm getting into the shout-outs, and I shouldn't be on the shout-outs just yet. Hey, Mama, look, I'm in the shout-outs already. My God, I'm in the shout-outs already. Okay. All right, cool. So y'all help Mama Cynthia out. Y'all help her out now. Y'all know we can't leave our mama hanging. All right? Oh my goodness, look at that. Jamaica Lachey is giving you the... All right, she said her sounds are back. There we go. We good, y'all. We good. Y'all praise the Lord. We good. Lift those filthy hands and praise him. We good. But yeah, I'm taking this introspective look at myself. And I would hope that we all at some point in our lives do this, and not just one point in our life, at least once in your life, take some introspection. But I would hope that you constantly do it, that you consistently do it, that you look at yourself and you say, okay, what is my worldview? What am I viewing this from? How did I get to this worldview? Why do I think this way? Why do I look at things this way? And like I said, for those of us in church, we tend to do everything through the lens and the viewpoint of church. Like, we tend to do everything through that viewpoint. And I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I hope y'all not hearing that. I'm not, because if you're hearing that, I'm outright telling you that's not what I'm saying. It's not a matter of what's right or wrong. It's a matter of, if we're going to engage with people, it's a matter of understanding that everybody don't come from the same perspective or the same worldview that we have. And so what oftentimes ends up happening is that the very people who run the show, when I'm talking about church, they run the show, they come from one worldview, and all the people in the pews are all coming from a different worldview. And I get it. When you come to church, it's about getting the worldview of the church. I get that. I understand that. I do. But what happens when what's happening from the pulpit is basically just preaching at people, talking at people, not really focusing in on the different perspective that the people in the pews have. And what I'm trying to come to grips with in myself now is, I've been on this journey for a few years now, for a while now. And I think, like I said, traveling and doing other stuff has forced my hand to have to do this. If I was going to engage successfully with people, then the first thing to realize is that the way I see the world ain't the way everybody else sees the world. And so the best engagement I can do with people and the best engagement I can give people is to sit back, shut up, and just listen, just observe, just watch, just learn, just see how people do things, just understand why people do things the way they do them, and understand that maybe the way that I would have got to something, the way I would have got to a thought pattern or to an activity or whatever, I don't know, just the way I would have got there is not necessarily the same way they would have. And why is that? Because simple, we got different worldviews. We have different circles around us. We have different, you know what I'm saying? And so what I think ends up happening is that oftentimes from the pulpit, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. Y'all know this is an engaging week, so y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. But oftentimes when we engage with people, again, we're engaging with them from our worldview. And I think that this is where we as church, but I think what oftentimes ends up happening again is that because of the way we've been trained in church world, we've been trained essentially to always have an agenda. Everything we do should always represent the kingdom. Everything we do should always glorify God. Everything we do should be a witness. Listen, I'm not saying it's wrong, but I am saying that if we give it a different language, we would say we always have an agenda. which is why we think that everybody who says anything different than us also has an agenda. So if you hear a different perspective, you be like, see, no, they got an agenda. They trying to do da da da. It's like they ain't got an agenda. They got a different worldview. You have an agenda, so you view everybody else through the lens of thinking that they all have agendas because you have an agenda, and your agenda is to glorify the God, the kingdom. To upbuild the kingdom, to glorify God. To do, and ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying that because that's what your worldview is, doesn't mean that's what everybody else's worldview or everybody's perspective or everybody's end game or everybody's goal. It doesn't mean that's what everybody else is doing. It just simply means that that's what we're doing. And so we engage with people in that way. But here's again, what ends up happening when we engage with people in that way. We now want to put our perspective on them. So now again, it's our agenda. So we trying to get you saved. We're trying to get you to heaven. We're trying to do it. I'm saying good intentions. Go ahead, go forth, do your thing. Ain't enough people out there doing that no more. Everybody just talk about money and self-help and all of that, and turn Jesus into essentially Tony Robbins or whatever his name is. West. What's the guy's name? Lord Jesus, I'm old, but y'all know who I'm talking about with the beard and not Westmore. What is his name? Anyways, whatever. The motivational speakers. We just basically turned Jesus into a motivational character. He's here to make you feel good. I know a lot of gospel is doing that these days. Everything's gonna be puppy dogs and rainbows and all of that. But again, once that becomes, now that that's entered into the perspective from the privilege, from the pulpit, I'm calling that the privilege. Now that it's done enter the perspective, what about the people in the pews? Because you're getting people who don't come from that perspective. What happens when you deal with people who don't come from this motivational, I just need some motivation, but they coming from, I'm dealing with real stuff and I need a little bit more than motivation. I just need a new way of thinking. I need a new way of looking at it. I need a new way of viewing what I have right in front of me. But here's the thing, if you ain't never viewed what's in front of somebody, how do you give somebody a new way of viewing it? So, like, how do I deal with somebody I almost had a situation just recently. Like, okay, how do I deal with a homeless person? I've lived in my car for a little summertime. It happened. Yeah, it happened to me. Y'all didn't even know what was going on when it happened, but it did. I was living in my car in between homes, and I was staying in my car, like I sleeping at the Midway Airport, like in the parking lot, literally. Like that was a real thing. I was Lyft driving, so I knew I could get up the next day, clean up a little bit, and get on the road and get some good rides back into the city. So I was, I knew it was safe. I knew it was guarded. I knew it was. So I would sleep out there or out at O'Hare because I was a little bit further away. Midway still is in the city, But like, so I've had that. But you know what I didn't have? I didn't need to, not what I didn't have, but what I didn't have to do. I didn't have to sleep on a bench. Like, I at least still had a car, and I was making money, so I could still put gas in my car and keep running. So I had that going on, but I ain't never slept on a park bench through the middle of the night. I had to sleep in the corner in between the buildings. So how do I deal with somebody who is coming from that perspective? Now, somebody living in a garage or living on the street, literally on the street and all that, and then they come looking for help. How do I tell them, you need to look at it this way? You need to do it. I don't know, because I've never looked at it. So I don't even know how to tell you to look at it. The best thing I can do is listen to you as you tell me what you've been dealing with, and maybe I can give you my perspective from what you're saying. Like but I can't just come in just talking at you. What you need to do is like, I don't know your story. I don't know who you are. And one of my concerns about us in the church world is that we ain't concerned about nobody else's story. My concern is that we ain't concerned about people's stories, concerned about what people have gone through, concerned about the nuance of people's lives. We want the gospel to be so simple. And I think the gospel story and the concept of it in and of itself is simple. But there's nuance in people's individual lives. And my problem is when we don't respect the nuance of people's lives. And I would really hope that we would learn to have more empathy, more ability to listen and not be so quick to just beauregard our own perspective on the people, to just come in and just throw all of that on people, but that we would learn to listen. We will learn to have empathy. We will learn to have understanding. We will learn to do. And here's why. Here's why I would hope we will learn that. Because ain't that the same thing we all want? Y'all can talk back to me at the end of the day. But honestly, ain't that the same thing we all want? Because how many of us, even who grew up in church world and all of that, how many of us walked away because we felt we weren't heard? We felt we weren't seen. We felt that like our issue was not being addressed. Or if it was being addressed, it was being addressed from a perspective that was foreign to the issue that was actually at hand. You ever have somebody come in and give you advice? And then we'll take a music break in a minute, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to do the morning shout-outs that I already kind of halfway did. You ever have somebody give you some advice that was unsolicited, first off? Or like you ever had somebody give you some unsolicited advice? Well, I tell you what I would do. If I was you, I would do such and such. You were like, no, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. Because if it was me, you'd be in the same position I'm in, with the same perspective I'm in, with the same worldview, thereby making the exact same decision, because you be me. And I got to this decision and this conclusion by virtue of who I am and what I've experienced. So if you was me, you would have did the same thing. So shut up. Hear what I'm saying. And again, in church world, I don't think we do enough of that. There's not a healthy emotional intelligence all the time in our churches. I'm not calling anybody out. I'm not saying that about nobody. What I'm saying is it's definitely a way. It's definitely a way that we can grow. It's definitely a way we can grow. If we're going to, I hold this, I hold the church accountable to the early 2000s. I hold us accountable to the 2000s because through the 2000s, all of us, the late 2000s, I guess it was the early 2000s. It was like the mid 2000s even at the latest, the mid 2000s through like the mid 2010s. Throughout about that decade period, this is why I'm holding us accountable. Because we walked around, especially in the black church. But boy, what was his name? Was it Richard Wilkins or whatever his name was, who wrote that book, The Prayer of Jabez? And the moment we got a hold of that little short book, The Prayer of Jabez, talk about that, Lord, enlarge my territory. Lord, give us increase. Lord, we did all that, and we all went on tangents. One of my favorite artists of all time, who has the best choir of all time. Y'all know who that is. If you know me, you know who it is. It's Donald Lawrence of Tri-City. They had a whole song about it. Increase. I pray for increase. I don't know the words, but I don't know words. So, but the idea is it was about increase. Lord, enlarge my territory. Lord, increase. And then when God started doing that, all we wanted to do then was just impose everything we thought on all these different territories. We didn't want increase. We just wanted to have more people at our stuff. That's all we really want at the end of the day. So I'm holding us accountable to say that since we prayed for increase and the Lord gave us increase, now I'm praying that we have understanding of what increase looks like. And I think that when you have an understanding of what enlarged territory, enlarged understanding, enlargement, when you're looking at what that is, I think that now what I'm doing and what's working with me, what's working through me is that when you engage with different cultures, and every empire understands this, every successful empire understands this throughout history. When you look at it, the successful empires gave leeway to the different nations that they were conquering. They gave a little bit of leeway. They imposed some of their stuff on them. Don't get it twisted. They did. But they knew when to give some leeway, when to let you worship your own gods, when to let you kind of have maybe some of your own cultural things, your own rules and regulations surrounding that in your own net. Because why? Because if we spend all our time trying to make y'all and force y'all to think and believe what we think and believe, we'll wear our own selves out. So we won't have a success. So what I'm saying is, now that we have enlarged territory, now that we have increased, my goal is to make sure that we understand that when we step into new territories, you're going to step into new worldviews. When you step into new territories, you're going to step into new perspectives. When you step into new territories, you're going to step into new ideas. You're going to step into new sounds. Music ain't going to sound the same. Food ain't going to taste the same. They might not even... I had a conversation with... who was that? Was it... It was one of the pastors that was on this trip from Switzerland recently. He asked me had I ever had horse before. Had I ever Have I ever eaten horse? Like, giddy up, yee, rodeo, yay, horses. You know, there's places in the world where they eat horses. There's places in the world where they eat cats and dogs. What you gonna do when you go to a place like that? I'm using food as an example right now, probably because I'm hungry. But what you gonna do when you go to a place like that? You gonna look at them and say, we don't eat cats and dogs. That is the devil. So you over here, and people start eating cats and dogs. You know, Donald Trump mentions that people that ate cats and dogs and all that stuff, like the Haitians, and we lost our minds. Oh my God, no, they can't eat the dogs. They can't eat the cats. You go to some countries, that's what they eat. Oh no, you can't eat the horses. I love horses. You go to some countries, that's what they eat. Meanwhile, we over here eating burgers left and right. I had one yesterday. And you go to a place like India, and that's considered like a sin, basically. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so different. And I'm using the food as an example, but look how something as simple as that. Like, when you go to different places, there's different stuff. So for me to go over and be like, no, you can't eat that, you can't do that, they're going to look at me and they can't receive me at that point. Because who are you? Like, who are me to judge what other people got? So anyways, that's my goal for today. We got same church, sometimes different worlds. I hope y'all would engage with us, because the conversation today is really, it's all about us. It's all about us. It's just picking up on the same kind of theme that we had going yesterday. We was talking about money on yesterday, and that conversation got good. I actually got a couple calls about that conversation. So if you haven't seen yesterday's episode, go check that out. I actually got a couple calls about that one. So I literally didn't see my wife yesterday before I got home at like 8 o'clock last night, because I left early and I didn't get home till later. And even she was like, I was watching the show, and then my mama called, and then I had to like go back and watch. You know, she don't always watch the show. My own wife, y'all, she don't always watch the show. But she was like, that was a really engaging time. Like, I had to go back and watch that a couple times. That was so. Yesterday's conversation, if you haven't seen it, please go back and watch that. But I'm picking up on that same theme. Like, what are some things that we do that we understand, because we grew up in this culture, we know this culture, we're around this culture. What are some things that we do and we understand, but when other people come in this enlarged territory and this increase that we have, what about them? They don't understand all that. They don't understand. Like the tithing thing is, they don't understand that. When you stand up and say, raise an offering at a ticketed event, they don't understand that. So here we are with this. What are some things that you may be sitting in the church with, and other people are coming from a completely different world? And here's the thing. Here's the real thing. For many of us, we probably can't even answer that as a question. That's the real challenge. That was the real challenge for me, if I'm just being honest. For many of us, we probably can't even answer that as a question. You know why? Because we've never really engaged enough with people to really understand that. And so again, it's not to call anybody out. It's not to say, I just pressed the wrong button. It's not to say, it's not to call anybody out. It's not to say, that everybody's bad and the church is wrong and this, that, and the other. I don't really, honestly, to some degree, I don't care what y'all do over there. So many churches around and so much stuff on YouTube that somebody will still be able to find something. And maybe God put it on your heart to do things the way you do it. But have you at least thought about that before you try to engage with others? Or are you cool with the us for and no more philosophy? Those who are in my church right now, those who are in my church, and that's what it's going to be, and I'm cool with that. And then when it's all said and done, it'll be done. We'll close the doors. We'll never open them again. Like, if you're cool with that, that's fine. But if you about increase and enlarged territory, especially in today's day and age, I think you have to be able to have empathy. I think you have to be able to listen and understand, not listen to respond, as we oftentimes do in church. We listen to respond because we think everybody got an agenda. But it ain't about that. It's very simply about listening to understand. Sometimes it don't need a response. One of the things that I had to learn, especially with trips like to Russia, one of the things I had to learn was everything don't need a response. Some stuff just needs a listening ear. And then you start doing the kind of work that I do now. And it's like, no, for real, some stuff just needs a listening ear. Like, don't need nobody to respond to it. Doesn't need you to let me just go ahead and pray for you real quick. And let me, y'all know how we do in church, especially in charismatic movements, Pentecostal movements. We gonna hug you up real good. And we go, oh! Oh God! Oh Jesus! Yeah, hey, we're gonna do all of that. And the person just told you, I'm not feeling well today. I got a little bit of a headache. Feel like I need a little rest. I'm a little overwhelmed, but if I just take a day and just chill out, and the first thing we want to do, grab them up. Oh God, I want to pray. Let me just pray for you. Lord, give her rest. Rest her mind. Rest. I just told you I had a headache. I just told you I was a little tired. And you decided you was going to grab me up, swing me around, pray for me, and scream in my ear. I just told you I had a headache. You didn't even hear me. You heard enough to respond, and you felt like that was the appropriate response. But again, you yelling in my ear, and I just told you I had a headache. Like, I mean, like little stuff like that. You know, that's a little silly example, but y'all get how we do. And so, my goal with these types of conversations is not to drag nobody or no organizations, no religious movements, nobody's belief systems. I ain't dragging nothing. I might challenge it. I'll stand on that. I might challenge us in it because I challenge myself. It's Zeke Live in the morning. I'm challenging myself. So we might feel challenged with it, but I ain't dragging nobody. You think I'm trying to drag you and stuff, then you are essentially proving what I said earlier. You think that I got an agenda because probably the reality is you have an agenda. And now it's bucket against your agenda, right? And again, I had to learn that lesson. Like, I always had an agenda. And so then I would think that somebody would say something different against my agenda. And I thought they had an agenda. And so now we at odds. And it's like, no, you ain't really at odds. Maybe somebody is just challenging what you're saying. Maybe yes, somebody's just challenging what you're saying. Somebody is just trying to understand what you're saying. So that's the goal of these types of conversations, to gain deeper understanding. Because if we really love the church, then we got to address the elephant in the room. Our numbers have declined and are trending downward. I know there's some new studies that say there's an uptick, especially in some denominations that are growing, but trends are down. There's a difference between uptick. It's not trending up. There may be an uptick, but this is how scales work. They do like this, even as they trend down, and we're losing numbers left and right in this nation of the church. So if you love the church, you want to do what it takes to grow it, to see it grow. And I think that what's going to happen, this is just me. I don't know. This is just me. This is the way I see it. Maybe I'm right. Maybe I'm wrong. 50 years from now, we'll be able to look back on this live and tell whether I was right or wrong. But I think that 50 years from now, we're just going to see church that looks differently. And that just is what it is. That's always happened over history. The way you do church right now, trust me, you will not open the book of Acts and find what you do in your church in there. You just won't. And that's not how they did church. It's just not. So I know we all want to go back to the original and all of that, but trust me, it's changed over time. You can't go back to the year 300 AD and find the way they did church, the way you doing church. It's just, unless you go into like a super Orthodox church. And even then, you can probably maybe trace back about 1,000 or so years. So talking 2,000 years of Christianity, a lot of things have changed, even in the way we deal with each other. So I think that we're going through one of those changes right now. And so how church will look in 50 years will probably not be how it looks right now. But if we have a desire and a real love for it, like most of us, I think, do, and I'm not unaware. A lot of people on here who are listening don't necessarily have that view, and that's fine. That's okay. But at the end of the day, that love that we have in the church, we want to see it grow. We want to see it better, but you can't get better. You can't improve yourself as long as you're always trying to prove yourself. The more you try to prove yourself, the less chance you have at improving yourself. So the more we try to prove that we right, the more we try to prove that we are this, that, and the other, then the less chance we'll have at improving the impact of what we actually want to do. And so we'll continue to work against our own selves. So that's my soapbox spiel. We'll continue in that conversation on today. Let's do this. Let's dive into some morning shout-outs. Let's do some morning shout-outs. Get back my music track. Yeah, let's lighten this up real quick. Give me some morning shout-outs. If you haven't said good morning, do me a favor. Go ahead and say it. We'll take a music break after I go through the shout-outs from people that's already said good morning. So if you haven't said it already, go ahead and let me know that you're here. But I got to give some deference and respect and some love for this person right here, because she was the first comment of the day. Is my girl, my homie, my little sis, Jamaica Lachey. She says, good morning, all is a terrific Tuesday. Let's have a great day. Yes, let's have a great day today. Absolutely, absolutely. And again, I thank y'all for being here. Y'all know Jamaica Lachey, y'all can find her music everywhere. So I'm going to check her out, find her music, Miss Jamaica Lachey. And then look who it is, though. It's also Mama Pastor Cynthia Cohen. I know some of these names I already shouted them out. Said good morning. I'm still say these shout outs. Because I turned the comments. When I turn the comments on, I've been seeing the comments and I start diving into them before we do the shout outs. I just be all out of order. But it's all good. Y'all love me anyways, right? I hope so. Mama Pastor Cynthia Cohen saying good morning to all the Lock stars. Y'all go show her some love. That's Rhonda's mama. Y'all know how we feel about the mamas of the show. So y'all go show Rhonda's mama some love and give her some big hugs and all that stuff. And then look who it is. It's Asia Jamal. Again, I know I already shouted out some of these people. She's the first person I put on the screen when she told me that the music was loud and y'all couldn't hear my mic. And we trying to figure that out. And I honestly don't know what we can do about that. Because the gain is pretty much all the way up. I'm surprised it ain't clipping. So you got to figure that out. But shout out to Asia Jamal, Pure Live Podcast over here on YouTube. You can go and check that out. And then look who it is. It's our girl, Brony Cat. Y'all know I got to put both her announcements up. Y'all know she's a church announcement lady. Says good morning to the beautiful and handsome Lock stars. Oh, she done called us beautiful and handsome. Hey, y'all better wear that today. You take that bonnet off. Go ahead and get your clothes on. Go ahead out there and stretch your stuff today. Because Brony Cat said you was beautiful. Go ahead and line that beard up and walk outside and stretch your stuff. She said you was handsome today. So y'all beautiful and handsome according to Miss Brony Cat. Testimony Tuesday. I love that. Let them see your testimony while you're walking it out. And can I just say that I love that whole idea of Testimony Tuesday, because essentially everything I just said that I was talking about really is centered around the idea of being able to testify, being able to tell your story, your perspective, your worldview. I'll tell y'all the story afterwards about something I saw that just blew my mind. I just watched it last night. It blew my mind. If I remember, I'll tell you about it. Somebody remind me. If I don't tell y'all about this story by 9:15, if I ain't brought this story up by 9:15, somebody just remind me. Can y'all do that? I'm sure about 4 of y'all going to jump in there. It's a story about going to an atheist church. Now, I didn't go to the atheist church. I'm going to throw that out there right away. I don't even know what one is. But I saw somebody who went to one and they gave their honest review on one, and it blew my mind. So remind me if I don't tell the story, and this is in regards directly to the Testimony Tuesday comment. If I have not told this story by 9:15, I'm gonna try to work it into the conversation before then. So somebody just remind me about the atheist church. I know that sounds crazy, but it was pretty interesting. I won't tell you what my thoughts yet. I'll tell you later when we talk about the atheist church. All right. But her second announcement was welcome to Zeke Live in the Morning with Zeke Locke'd, Eric Rideout, Rich Holmes, and we got to remember Rhonda on the Rock. She's here today too. Grab your beverages and let's talk about a different world from where we've originated. Yeah, some of us actually I like the way you just said that, because some of us originated in the church world and then moved on to other worlds. We was like, I'm done with the church world. Yeah, I know that's okay. I know some of y'all want to clutch your pearls when I say that. I know. And then some of us originated in other worlds and then migrated over to the church world. I know that's the one y'all want to raise your hands and rejoice with. Oh, I was in the darkness, but I seen the marvelous light. I know. I get it. Something I do like that. Originated in one world, went to a different world, but also at the same time, as a result of that, you got people that's living in different worlds right in these same pews. And so that's what we talk about today. So shout out to Brody Cat on the church announcements. I told you I just deemed her the church announcement lady. And then let's see here. Speaking of mamas of the show, there goes Eric's mama. This is Johnny Rideout, JP Rideout. That's her right there saying good morning to everybody. She's saying all of y'all. She don't care who you are. You could be a saint. You could be an ain't. You could be something in between. but she's saying good morning to you. So y'all show her some love. That's one of the mamas of the show. Y'all know how I feel about the mamas of the show. Y'all go show her some love. Y'all go show her some real good love. Let's see here. Who else is here? Who else is here? Oh, Shauna is here, but hold on. I think this is Shauna right here, the Culture Corner. I know this is Shauna. She said it's fun over here. The fun is over here on YouTube. Yeah, Shauna, that's what we do. We do it over here on YouTube. And it's really good to see you on here. Y'all go show my sis Shauna some love. This is somebody who has rocked with me for years and years, sing with me and all that. Then she moved away. You know, she had to go get important in the ATL and all that. She had to go be famous and important and try to change the world and stuff, you know. And so she just left us and she was trying to be important, and then she became famous and important, and we still were just sitting back looking at her like, dang, Shauna, go Shauna, go Shauna. Nah, that's my girl, man. Y'all go show her some love, for real. And thank you for being on the show today. Yeah, and then we got into this. Man, let me see. Let me keep with the morning shout outs real quick. I'm seeing some really good comments, and I'm going to star them so I can see them. I see a good comment from Abronia. I see a good comment from Asia. I'm going to star those so we can come back to those because they're in regards to the conversation. I know Jamaica was responding to that. All right, there we go. So shout out to Vicky. She's here. Good morning, Victoria. Good to see you today. She's saying blessings. Everybody, y'all receive those blessings. Lift those dirty hands and receive the blessing of the Lord. Huh? She is right there. Shout out to Vic. We appreciate you always coming in, locking in with us. And then my homie, my dog, Freedom Lights himself, Brother John Johnson. Y'all go welcome Brother John. You got to call him Brother John or Brother Johnson. Have they started calling you Brother John yet? Did they call you Brother Johnson? Did they call you that yet? They be calling me Brother Zeke sometimes, and I be like, please just call me Zeke. It's, and not to go on a tangent, because this ain't got nothing to do with the fact that John just said yo. But don't y'all think that sometimes, okay, I'm just say this and I'm gonna leave it alone. Don't y'all think sometimes we be like brother this and sister that? Don't you think that's a little disingenuous sometimes? Like to me, it's just, I do it out of respect, and I say it, and I get the culture. I'm from church. I get the culture. So I say brother this. I say sister that. Yes, I do that. But there's just something so much more personal about just being like, hey, Zeke, versus, hey, brother Zeke. When you say brother Zeke, I just assume you just know me from church, and that's it. When you say, hey, Zeke, I assume you know me. Like, it feels a little bit more, you know what I mean? Like, connected. First name basis, friendship, friends, family, we call each other. I don't call my sister Joy, Sister Kelly, Sister Danielle, Sister Erica. I bet y'all know I had all the sisters. Sister Tracy. I don't call my brothers Brother Jacory, Brother Boo, brother Alex. I don't call my brothers and sisters brother and sister. I just call them by their name. So I don't know. I'm gonna get off of that because I'm meddling, about to mess somebody up. So anyways, let's see who else is here. It's my girl, Miss Linda. Shout out to Linda Lawson, all the way from down K3, aka, not aka, also Hopkins Park. That's what we call Hopkins Park. Shout out to Linda. She's saying have a blessed day to everyone. And so we received that blessing. And thank you for being here. We got some good comments to jump in with. Brony Cat said her all-time favorite community choir is John P. Key and New Life. I give you that. Of course I give you that one. I can't argue with that one. I mean, John P. Key is like one of the dopest ever. I'm just saying, Donald Lawrence, when it comes to choirs. Here's the thing. I asked Donald this one time, actually. So I don't know John P. Key. I don't know that I've even met John P. Key ever. I don't remember ever meeting him. I think I won't remember that. No, I've not ever met John P. Key. But I did a show with him once, but I didn't get to meet him. It was the same day my grandmother died, so I got there late. I left early, so I didn't actually meet him. But when I met Donald, just in one conversation, I was talking to him, and I was like, what was it like from North Carolina? It was like y'all and John P. Key, and y'all, like, both from North Carolina, and y'all was, like, holding the gospel world on lock. He was like, oh, yeah. I mean, it was like, that was John and them. There was, like, the other choir and group from up the road, basically. Like, it was just like, I guess I get it. It's in Chicago. You like, whoa, man, what do y'all think about such as I mean, it's the choir from down the street. It's the choir from the west side. I mean, what do you want me to think about them? Like, You know, I don't know. I guess when you would deem your heroes to just be like in some other world or something like that, and they just normal people. I mean, it's like, you know, if you ever met your heroes, they just normal people, and you just be like, no. I thought you like walked on water or something. I thought you was gonna like float in the room, and like fairy dust was gonna fly out. You were gonna have like an aura and just come in. I thought that's what I was gonna get, and you just came in like a regular person with like regular people stories, like. I mean, like, yeah, that's all. Every of my heroes. That's literally how it's been. So, anyways, we're gonna take a quick music break. We're gonna come right back. We're gonna dive some more into this. Same church, different worlds. You know, fixing our worldview, our perspective to understand that it ain't just the way we view things. It ain't just how we look at stuff. And I love a couple of the comments that I've already seen that came in. Let me see here. Where they at? I start them. I start them just for that reason right there. I love what Brony said right here. We're going to dive into that. My whole generation left the mount because they felt unheard and left out. Woo! That hits close to home. And I'll tell y'all why that hits close to home, because that's my family lineage church. So I get it. I understand. How am I going to knock that? I come from a privileged position in that place. And then let's see. That's absolutely what we want. I have dealt with public embarrassment at a church. Wow. And that rocked me a bit. My goodness. Yeah. Things should have been handled differently. There was no counsel. Yeah, see, these kinds of things really do happen in churches, and that's what I'm saying. And Jamaica raised her hand and said, yep, that's me. So we'll dive into some of that stuff when we get back. And, of course, we got Rhonda coming on a little bit later. But for right now, let's do wrong button. For right now, let's do this. Let's take a quick music break. I'm going to go heat my coffee up. We're going to take a quick music break. Y'all know I can't let the day go by without playing this. I just hear this line in my head that I just hear that in my head. It's literally just running around through my head. So I'm going to play it. Miss Frida, I just really like this song. I really love this track. I'm going to play that. We're going to come right back. We'll see y'all in a minute. Make sure y'all, if you haven't said good morning, say good morning, and then we'll be right back. Hey, we'll be right back. Y'all go get some coffee, and we'll come right back with more of this conversation. Come in a minute. I done heated up my coffee. Now I'm good. I can go another round. I feel like I can go another round now. I done heated up my coffee. I can go another round. Yes. Sometimes after you had your coffee, you know, especially since I got my Santa Claus cup, y'all. I got my Santa Claus cup today. You know, when I record from here, I can drink out of my Santa Claus cup and I can be happy. I don't know. Y'all tell me this. Does that make me a big kid? Honest to God, does that make me a big kid because I want to drink from my Santa Claus cup? My wife is in there saying, yeah, I bet she won't come in here and say it to my face though. So I bet you won't come say it to my face though. I bet you won't come on screen and say it. But does it make me a big kid? Hold on, what am I pausing for? When I do it up, did I say good morning to Rhonda? Because I know I see her in here saying good morning. And I don't remember saying good morning. Shout out to Rhonda on the Rocks on the Rhonda on the Rocks podcast. Maybe I did. So maybe this is a secondary hello, a secondary morning shout out. But I don't remember saying good morning to Rhonda this morning. So shout out to Rhonda. I do remember seeing the comment. I just think I skipped over it because I didn't start all the stuff. But she gave me the pause. I don't know what I'm pausing over. I don't know. But you know, does it make me a big kid? Am I a big kid because I just want to? You know, because I want to, my Santa Claus mug. I like my Santa Claus. I bought this mug. Babe, when was that I bought this mug? Y'all see I'm so ghetto over here. My wife's standing over here, so I got to yell at her and ask her questions. It was like during COVID sometime I bought this cup, this mug, and I like for Christmas, and I swear to you, I've not stopped drinking coffee from it. Like every day. I don't know what it is. It's just like the perfect size. I know it's mine. I know nobody is going to drink from it because it's mine. Like I know that much, you know. Oh, I said I can go another round. Yeah. Well, I mean, I was married now. I can go another round. You're right. I didn't acknowledge you. I'm sorry, Rhonda. I got the spirit. You know, Eric ain't here, so I had to carry his spirit for the day. I just to carry his spirit today. But there you have it. Yeah. But I guess I'm a big kid for having my Santa Claus mug. But come on, y'all be real with it. I know y'all got some stuff that y'all use and you know, you got that blanket that you just can't get rid of. You got that hat that you just wear all the time. Like, I love this hat. It's like my new hat that I wear all the time. Like my new favorite thing, you know. See, look, Brony Cat is with me. I drink from my Christmas mug at home all year round. Thank you, Bronya. Yes. See, this it's just something about it. It just reminds you that better times are coming. Better times, you know. I don't know, because I love Christmas, but you take Christmas and New Year out of the equation of the wintertime, and you can throw the whole winter away. Like, so I don't know if that's necessarily better times are coming, but you know. Rhonda just said she'll be on soon, by the way. So she will, y'all. So I told y'all she'll be here. Y'all know she's back to working and all that stuff like that. So when she comes on, she'll be on and we'll continue this. Hey, y'all, I got to address this, though, before we move on with anything else. Have y'all heard the news? I should have had a picture loaded up. See, I don't be doing stuff. This is why we need a producer. Like, have y'all heard the news? Oh, my God. Yesterday, one of the kids from the cooking classes that happened at my church. I got to play the right beat for this. No, I want to play this beat. No. I want to play this beat. I got to play the right beat. You got to play the right beat for this. This requires the right music. This, if you haven't heard it, then you've been under a rock. So let me set the setting right. Set the music right. It has to be the right scene. So sincere. One of the kids from the cooking class yesterday came up and asked me that I know what the Cosby Show was. I looked at her. I thought she was going to make an old joke. I thought she was going to call me old because I knew the Cosby Show, because I watched the Cosby Show. She was like, no, she was like, what's his name? She didn't know his name. She was like, the one that played the son, like, he just died. They just found him dead or something. And I'm like, what? Like, so of course I'm looking. I thought I didn't know what so I look it up. Sure enough, Malcolm Jamal Warner has crossed on over. Malcolm Jamal Warner has crossed the border. he has gone on to that great plane in the sky. He has. I'm trying not to say he died. I'm trying to say he's unalive. Malcolm Jamal Warner passed away yesterday. So if you haven't heard about the news, then you have clearly been under a rock. If you haven't heard the news, but yeah, Malcolm Jamal Warner passed away yesterday, and of course, in the black community, he is an icon in the black community. I mean, he is a living legend to the black community. I mean, he really is a living. Well, unfortunately, he's not a living legend anymore, but he was a living legend in the black community. I mean, from a young age, of course, doing the Cosby Show as Theo, and then he had other shows, you know. And of course, I remember the '90s. Y'all remember Malcolm and Eddie? Y'all remember that in the '90s? That show was that the '90s? It was like the late '90s, right? Like early 2000s, late '90s. But like when I say, yeah, Rhonda, horrible news. It was such bad news to get. Like, I mean, just to, man, yeah. Like we just, you know, so young. What was he, 54, 56, something like that? Like, so young. Like, you know, we call people old when they hit 50 and all that. But at the end of the day, when they pass away at that age, we know that's young. There's so much life that could have still been there. And so I don't know any details. I've not tracked any more of the story, but obviously we're praying for the family. Obviously we're praying for all those who worked with them. And I mean, let's be honest, we praying for the black community. Like when we start losing our stars and stuff like that, you know, we take a hit. We really do. It hits us a certain way. And people be like, oh, you crying over you know, because you know it's gonna be some. I guarantee y'all this. Mark my words, as sure as I'm sure. Before the week is over, you're going to see one or two comments from somebody that say, I don't know why y'all crying over him. Y'all didn't know him personally anyways. And there's always some cynical a-hole who got something to say like that. Like, it's always some a-hole who got something to say like, you didn't even know him. I don't know what you're crying for. I don't know what you... Because somebody is on in your household, like on a TV show, and you watch that stuff and you get used to it, and those characters resonate your life, especially back in the 80s. The Cosby Show, you know, really changed the game about like what a black family was on network TV. Black families who made money, who were educated, who weren't like in the struggle, like in the hood. Like, you know, I mean, obviously we had the Jeffersons and stuff like that. We had the, but the, you know, Good Times versus the Cosby Show. I mean, you know what I'm saying? The struggle, we were trying to end the struggle thought. And so when you got the son who resonates with you as a kid and you kind of understand that, you can even look on those reruns, you're like, oh, I understand what that's like growing up as a young, you know, as a young man, as a young black man. I understand that. I get that. And so now I get it from a different perspective to some degree, from a perspective of a professional household and a household that ain't in the struggle. Like, so, you know, we wear that stuff. We wear it. It helped to shape many people. The Theo character shaped a lot of people. It shaped them. It shaped their goals. It shaped the way they. So yeah, people wear that stuff. So to every a-hole that's gonna be out there talking about some, you know, to every a-hole that's gonna sit here and talk about, I didn't know him personally, you shouldn't be crying, because I already know somebody that posted something like that. This is what I want. Like, I ain't gonna say what I want you to do. You do what you want to do. But wouldn't it be great if everybody who you know, saw those types of a-holes on there, if we decided all collectively to go under their page, under their comment or whatever, and just call them out for being the a-hole that they are, for making such an insensitive comment to the entirety of the black community, just because they want to be a contrarian, or just because they didn't understand the impact of it. Speaking of same church, different world. Oh, remember the show A Different World? That was a spinoff of the Cosby Show, which is where we really got to know Malcolm Jamal Warner. Oh, that's crazy. I wasn't even planning that. But, you know, wouldn't it be crazy? Wouldn't it be crazy if we all just decided that we was going to be, you know, that we was all going to be confrontational to people who are going to be a-holes like that? Because the black community is grieving right now. And so, you know, we pray for the family of Malcolm Jamal Warner. Obviously, they deserve all of the highest level of respect and prayer in this moment. Everyone who's worked with him and all his friends, obviously they all reserve higher levels. But the black community be respectful to people. Don't be one of the people that's like, you ain't even know them anyways. You ain't even, maybe somebody on here got that exact thought. Just be sensitive, empathy, emotional intelligence. You know what I mean? Yeah, good television. Cosby Show was monumental. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like for real. Look at Rhonda. That's what I was watching instead of Martin. So for those that don't know, Rhonda is just now watching Martin. I feel like she needs to have like a whole nother, I don't say persona, but a whole nother thing that's like Rhonda on Martin or something like that, like, and she is an adult watching it for the first time because the perspective's there. Like we got to give credit to our black shows though, that's for sure. Shout out to my auntie Regina. Hopefully they made it in safely. Auntie, I don't know if I text you back or not, auntie. You sent me some picture stuff, and I know I started responding, but I was driving, and I don't remember if I actually responded. If I didn't, then I was, this is a moot point now because I couldn't get down to Kankakee yesterday, so I couldn't do that anyways, or Friday, Sunday I couldn't get down there. But I'm gonna have to hit you up because I do need something. That's to my auntie Regina. But yeah, man, we don't. Shout out to the family of Michael Jamal Warner and all that stuff like that. But man, we don't have. Let me tread lightly before I say what I'm about to say. Let me ask it instead of say it. Do we have anything that's iconic black in entertainment today? Like when you think of what the Cosby Show, and I understand the entertainment landscape is so different. We've got streaming, we got more shows and entertainment at our disposal than we ever thought was possible, even 20 years ago. But do we have anything that's so iconic and so monumental, specifically in black culture today, that's not from back in the day? Like we're talking about Martin. Martin was monumental. Talk about the Cosby Show. That was monumental. The Jeffersons, Good Times. These shows are all monumental. We talk about, Fresh Prince. I feel like that was monumental. Like we had black shows that were just monumental. What do we have today though? My wife over here talking to me. She can't come on screen though, cause she got a bonnet on. She don't want to come on screen. My wife said Abbott Elementary. I don't think that's a monumental black show though. They won a lot of awards, but I don't think they black. Y'all can't hear nothing she's saying. I should have gave her a mic and let her walk around with the microphone so she could talk off screen and y'all can hear her. Like, I mean, I don't know. Y'all tell me. Are there any black shows, Lock Stars, that y'all can think of? I like this. Rhonda, instead of Rhonda on the run, Rhonda on the reruns. See, Rhonda, there we go. I like that. Okay, I can see that. Blackish, I will give you that one. Blackish. Yeah, for this, especially for a younger generation. Jamaica said she didn't really watch it like that. I watched it for a while, but I think it did address some stuff in a modern black world. But even when I look at shows like Blackish, when I look at shows like even Martin, Fresh Prince, like all of those shows, Cosby was one of those first ones. If you ask me, I would say Jefferson's was one of the first ones that really showed us rich black people, but they weren't like raising young kids either. So it was like the whole family was on the Cosby Show. And so you saw kids getting raised around education and wealth and all of that kind of stuff and professionalism, and Blackish like falls right in that line, like Blackish was definitely I would argue that was an iconic black show. Even if you've never watched Blackish, I would argue that was a good show to watch. I would be, like, from the black community perspective, like, because it addressed a lot of different issues. I think they did a lot of good stuff on that show. So yeah, that's one. I don't really know too many other things though. Maybe, I mean, do we say Tyler Perry Studios is like iconic black? I would say it's iconic black, yeah. But do we say that it's given us monumental things? Maybe Madea as a character, for comedy and all of that. But I don't know. Like, do we say? I don't know. Like, do we? What's the show Tyler Perry had? Meet the Browns and what's the other one I'm trying to think of? House of Pain and all of that stuff. Like, will we consider those like iconic black shows? Like in the light that we consider Cosby and all of that? I I don't know. I think maybe 20 years from now, we might look back on it and say that they were. I think we might look back on it and say the Tyler Perry stuff was iconic to the Black community. I tell you what, I don't want to look back on and say was iconic to the Black community. This is my own personal opinion. You can take it as my own personal opinion because that's literally all it is. It is all of that stuff with the Real Housewives. I cannot. I just can't. I don't know how y'all do the Real Housewives. I mean, do y'all watch the Real Housewives? I don't know how y'all do it. I don't know how people do Real Housewives. First off, half of them ain't housewives. Half of them ain't married, and most of them ain't never in the house. So I don't know how we call them housewives. Like, I never understood that. I felt like that was, and this is me being maybe a little pretentious. Again, because it ain't my cup of tea. So it's me being pretentious and opinionated about it. I feel like it was a stain on blackness, though. That's just me. That's just my own opinion. That ain't right. That ain't wrong. That just is my opinion, and I'm okay with that. Like, I did not like the narrative that put us in. Like, I felt like it just perpetuated the idea that, no matter how much money you give us, we gonna fight, we gonna argue, we gonna cuss, we gonna get ratchet, and what we deem as ratchet. I never liked that stuff, but I don't know. But anyways, the Cosby Show was definitely one of those first ones that was iconic. Theo, of course, Malcolm Jamal Warner, of course, played Theodore. He played Theodore. What was it? Theodore? What was his name? Yeah, Theodore. They had these, and they had those names too. Theodore, Heathcliff, like. You know what I mean? Like, they had names, didn't they? So anyways, yeah. So all that to say, we're praying for Malcolm Jamal Warner's family. We're praying for all of the fans. We're praying for the Black community. And we don't want to lose no more icons this year. I mean, I know it's bound to happen, but it's so hard to lose an icon. Okay. I'm gonna say this, then I'm gonna go to a music break. We're gonna come back. I'm gonna say this, we're gonna go to a music break. But like, when I think of icons like that, I do not want to see leave here. You know that at some point, probably within the next 10 years, it's gonna happen, but you just don't want to see it. Quincy Jones was one of my ones, and that didn't already happen. Like, you knew it was gonna happen at some point, but you just didn't want to see it. So when it did happen, it was like, dang, you know what I mean? Like, because we wear our icons in the Black community. But Stevie Wonder is one of them. Like, I do not want to see Stevie Wonder leave this place. I don't care what y'all say about Stevie. I know we laugh sometimes about Stevie and all that, but if y'all know me for real, you know that Stevie is, in my view, one of the GOATs of all time. I do not want to lose Stevie. Like, so y'all check on Stevie. Somebody check on Stevie, make sure he all right. Like, we don't want to lose him. I don't want to lose what's another icon I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose none of our icons. But I mean, it's like as they get older, you kind of know that, your children might not get to experience that. Like, it's things that you want your kids to experience, and they just won't, because time does what time does. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know. I guess Stevie Wonder is my main one. I just don't want to lose Stevie Wonder. I don't. But y'all know they be saying people like be going in threes. I don't know how true that is, or we just give 3 announcements and we'd be like, okay, we're not giving the 4th announcement, because I feel like people be down like in 12s and 13s. But the news only gonna report 3 of them and then move on to the next story. But yeah, Stevie is my one. I don't know what y'all's one is, but I can't lose Stevie. We can't lose Stevie, y'all. We can't lose Stevie. We done lost Michael. We done lost Prince. We done lost. We can't lose Diana Ross. That's another one. We can't lose Diana. We can't lose Diana Ross. We can't lose. Oh my God, y'all help me. Who else can't we lose? Matter of fact, y'all know what? Let's do this. Hey, Rhonda, you already know what I'm gonna do.
That's why
hey, Rhonda.
Ready. Hi.
Yes,
okay.
You are. Yes. I'm trying to think. What? How you doing? Let's start there. How you doing?
I am in mourning. Truly.
Aww.
that Malcolm Jamal Warner, like, I don't know, it's just so sad. It's so sad. Like, not that he was like my favorite actor of all time.
Yeah.
But it's just like, you know how there's those people who is like, I can see him living until he's like 100. In my mind, he was gonna be with Bill Cosby. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was gonna live a long time, and
you're gonna see all the gray hairs come.
Yeah.
You're gonna see him with his gray beard, and you're gonna see him in his mature self at like 70, and be like, he's still a handsome brother, ain't he? He's still He still got the voice and the
that's it's just like, what? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And again, not that I like followed his career so much after the Cosby Show, but it was like he was just like the cousin that was always there.
Right.
Family functions, like, well, you know Tyrone gonna be there because that's Tyrone. Ain't nothing ever gonna happen. Tyrone gonna outlive us all. That's how it felt. And so, and then to like the way that he passed from drowning is just like.
So I've not heard how. Like I was at work all day, and I got home yesterday and I crashed. Like, I literally crashed. So I did not see no news or nothing. Like, so I don't know no details. So what's the deal? He drowned?
He drowned. Yep. He went in Costa Rica. He was on a family trip in Costa Rica, and his wife said he went for a solo swim, like right after sunrise. And after an hour, she didn't hear from him, you know, trying to get in touch with him or whatever. And she called the local authorities, and they found his body.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So that hits home two reasons, not to make this a sad.
You love the beach. Yeah.
Because I love the beach, and I go out there solo all the time just after sunrise. Like, it be times she be here. Like, I just be it's early, and I'm by myself, and I go way out too. Maybe I shouldn't do that anymore.
Probably not.
It might. I mean, right, but
get it, like I just can only imagine like what was going through his mind when he realized that he couldn't get back to shore. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
If I go too deep down the rabbit hole, I'll have to get off this show. But
no.
And not that I like shed any tears, but just like I think about his daughter. You know, I've lost my father, so I can only imagine what that baby is going through. And so tragically, y'all on vacation, right? His wife, you on vacation. How many times do you get to vacate with your spouse and your family because he's so busy?
Right.
Y'all finally get this vacation that I'm sure you were looking forward to. I'm gonna say all this and I'm gonna be done. We got to move on.
No, you good.
You know, and then to just come back home without him.
Yeah.
What? That doesn't even like I can't put those pieces together in my mind.
Yeah.
To go on vacation with your family and you come back without them. I just
so the drowning
to his wife and to his children, his parents. His parents are still living. You know, all of his friends in the industry that got to work with him and just friends in his everyday life, his cousins, if he had a dog, like everybody that is now mourning the loss of such an impactful person in the Black household. And you mentioned earlier, like what the Cosby Show meant to us as Black people.
Right.
The father is a doctor. The mother is a lawyer. The children go to school. Theo went to college. He went to NYU.
Yeah.
Graduated from college on this show. You know what I mean? Then he worked at this youth center. He helped kids. Like we watched him go through like his like relationship journey, his friendship journey, the whole thing with like finding a joint. He pierced his ears, like all of these things that we as young people was like, okay, like this feels like it's my home. Like I wanted to be a Huxtable so bad.
Listen, right?
And so it just meant so much to us as Black people. And I'm sure white people too, but I mean, to us as Black people, to see a affluent Black family, parents were together, they weren't talking about divorce. The parents were together, and then their parents were together. So you got to see the grandparents.
Exactly, that part.
You know what I mean? Like you got to see the oldest daughter, Sandra, you know, she was going through law school and her husband was going through medical school, and then they had a family. It was just so much. Then the blended family with Denise, and she married
and Olivia.
I mean, on and on and on. Like we just got to see so many dynamics of what it means to be a Black fan, and gave you something to aspire to. Those shows like The Cosby Show, A Different World, that made you want to go to college.
Right. You wanted that experience. You wanted to see that. You wanted,
you wanted that experience of going to college. And say what you want about Bill Cosby, he was dead wrong if he did all of the things that they said that he did. Dead wrong. Please hear me. If he did all of that stuff, he was dead wrong, and he should have consequences for his action. But we cannot take away from his impact and influence on the Black community in a positive way. Now, what he did when them cameras was off, he did when them cameras was off. But I mean, it just meant so much to us. And I mean, I make jokes about like I was watching that instead of Martin, but I actually was, because that was a show that my parents could leave the room. Right? We could sit down and watch The Cosby Show, and my parents could leave the room, and they didn't have to worry about what we might see or hear from this show without supervision. Right? I mean, that was when we were much younger, obviously, but there's not a lot of shows like that. There's not a lot of movies like that where I could leave my 7-year-old and be like, okay, even cartoons nowadays. Some of the suggestive stuff that's in some of these cartoons, it makes you turn your head. Like you be in the other room like, what is that? And kids, of course, don't understand it. They're not putting two and two together. But as an adult, you like, that was a weird thing to say for a cartoon character. Like, no kid is not going to get it, but I know exactly what they're talking about or suggesting. And so that was one of those shows where it was like, you know, Theo loved his sisters on that show. He was the only son. He loved his sisters. I mean, I could go on all day about it. It's just really heartbreaking. My prayer is truly for his wife and his children and his parents and the people who were so closely connected to him. He wasn't in any scandals. You never heard his name come up in no mess in the blogs and in the tabloids. If ever you heard anything about Malcolm Jamal Warner, it was something positive, a new TV show he was doing. He was a poet, a musician.
And good at like, all of the stuff.
Why? Like, come on. Like, you know, not that we should, I don't know if we should question God or not. I go back and forth with that. But in cases like this, I'm like, God, I have a list of other people. I have a list of other people, and Malcolm Jamal Warner was not on that list.
Right. Yeah.
Like, there's a few others that, I mean, if you want them to come home to be with you,
right? If you just looking for products, Lord, I got. Let me steer you this way instead. Like,
while the iron is hot, I know a few. That just, you know, they probably better heavenly bound than they are earthly good. Okay. So,
take them while you can, Lord. I get it, but man, Malcolm Jamal Warner definitely an icon in the Black community. We did not, maybe even realize how iconic he was to us, because I think a lot of times we take some of that stuff for granted. Like, it's like we know it. We know they're iconic. We know who they are. But like you said, it's that cousin that's always there. So you know it in the back of your head, but you don't really consider it in those terms until you can't have access to them no more. Or you can't see them. You be like, God, dog, we lost him. Oh, we lost her. Oh, wow. And then you start thinking about how impactful they really were. And like, once you start thinking about that stuff, it's just like, dang, it's nothing. Who else do we have in that vein? Who else we got? You know what I mean? Like that's in that vein. And that's what I'm really trying to think of. Like, who else do we have in today's world? Like, I can think of other characters in Black shows over the years who maybe fit in line with like a Malcolm Jamal Warner as Theo. So like if I think of like My Wife and Kids, like I loved that show with Damon Wayans and Tisha Campbell, where they had their son Junior. Like, I mean, you know, he kind of put me in the mind a little bit of Theo, or even Blackish, the show Jamaica was talking about with Junior on there. I know, I love that. That show was so good. It was so good. So good. But
did he write that too?
No, that was I don't know if he had a hand in it or not, but that was Kenya Barris. Yeah, that was Kenya Barris, whatever his name is, Kenya Harris, whatever his name is. Kenya Barris, that's his name. Like, the first name is Kenya, I know that much. But that was his show. Yeah, he did Blackish, Mixedish, Grownish, all of that. Yeah, that was his whole thing. Yeah. And then he got that show on Netflix after he left ABC. He did something on Netflix. It was kind of like a spoof on reality show about his life. It had Quincy Jones's daughter, Rashida Jones, as the wife. I can't think of the name of it. It only went like 1 or 2 seasons though. They only did like 1 or 2 seasons of it. I can't think of the name of that show. It was on Netflix. I can't even think of it. I should have been prepared for this. Like, yeah, you know, I'm old. I don't know nothing. But Kenya Barris, yeah, he's the one. But I mean, when I think of that, like even the line of what he was doing with those shows falls right in line to me with Cosby Show, like with that stuff and those characters, those kids, and that's why I say that's why that's so iconic to us, because we can look and even have that tracking. And you know, again, this is something that's unique in Black culture, because Cosby Show was out at a time when we didn't have Black shows like that. Like it was, you know, we had come off of shows like Good Times and all that. And Good Times, one of my favorite shows all time. But God dog it, like I mean, it's times I would watch Good Times and I felt depressed when it was done. I was like, I'm so glad my life don't look like that. Right. I can't imagine living in the project. I look like they're having a good time, but I've been in the projects before, and I'm like, there's no way they're having that good of a time in the project. There's just no way. There's just no way. I mean, I get it. I ain't never lived in the projects, and people from the projects will probably be like, "Oh, no, the projects was fun." But nigga, I bet you got out of there as soon as you came.
Okay, you
like, so don't do me with the projects was great. The project, no, they wasn't. That's why you left. First chance you got. You found a way to make it work. Like that's me talking about Olivet. Was Olivet great? It was cool. I had my friends. Yes, we had a great time. We did that. But I got up out that bad boy and did not turn around. Like, I mean, so we all got them circumstances and all that. So when Good Times came out, I was like, I mean, the times I've been inside of people who live in the projects houses, I'm looking around like I do not want to live here. Like you know, and I'm not knocking again. I don't think nobody thinks I'm knocking nobody, but you know, this world today, you got to give disclaimers. But I'm not knocking nobody, but I understand why niggas was trying to get up out of there. Like I understand that. Like I do get that.
Yeah, it was a temporary thing in your life, and you moved on to bigger and better. So
yeah. You know, and so Cosby Show was like anti that.
Yeah, I like Good Times. I think there were, you know, things that you could learn and take away, but like, I don't think good same category. It's just not in the same category as the Cosby Show. I think the Cosby Show was a lane of their own. Even the Jeffersons, right? Like the Jeffersons was cool, but they, you know, they didn't have like children that they were raising. They had their son, he was older. You didn't really see Lionel. You know, it was really just Wheezy and whatever George Jefferson's name was.
They came up in their older age.
Correct.
It's like they came up in older age.
Right. And the Cosby Show, you didn't have any white people as main characters at all. Like they may come in and out every now and then, but you did not have any. If you think about like the Parkers, they had the one girl who was like a main white character. If you think about, you know, like some other TV shows, they always had to have that token white person just to kind of like balance it out. But we don't have, I mean, My Wife and Kids didn't either.
I don't think Good Times really did either, did they?
No. Yeah. But it's like there are shows where it's like, okay, y'all a black show, but you gotta have your white homeboy or your white, you know, girlfriend to kind of, you know, keep it
like
fair.
Steve Harvey Show. Yeah, like Steve Harvey Show had the one boy, what's his name? Moose or something, whatever his name was.
Yeah,
two
Bullethead.
dumb boys. Bullethead, yeah. I said Moose. God, I'm bad with names today. Jesus, I'm like, there's such and such name. Y'all help me. Oh, yeah,
This man said moose. Where did you get moose?
No, it's true though. Like, so it will make sense why Good Times wouldn't have a white character,
Right?
But
they wanted to be in the projects.
It was in the projects. Yeah, you would. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it would almost make no sense to see a white person on the show at all. Like, it would always be like, you a token person. Like, unless we just go into like the public aid office or something like that, right? But then on a show like The Jeffersons, it would make sense that they would have white characters on there because the whole thing was him as a black man coming into what should have been a white space with rich white people. So that makes sense. But the Cosby Show, in that same vein, probably should have made that same. You should have seen a few main characters because you got a lawyer, you got a doctor, you got them going to good schools, you got them going to college, but they went anti that every time around. You're right.
Yep.
Like even when Denise went to college, or not Denise, was it Denise that went to college? It was her. She was the spinoff for
for Different World.
For Different World, and she went to a black school, like
a black school that doesn't even exist.
Right, they made up a black school.
It's not a real place, but they made it up. And you see people today walking around in shirts and hats that say Hillman
College. Yeah,
it wasn't a real school, but that's how impactful that show was. When I taught, I used to play episodes of A Different World for my students and teach lessons off of that show.
Really?
Yes, absolutely. Like my kids. Wow. So my students can never say that they've never seen A Different World because there was at least 4 to 5 episodes throughout the school year that we will watch, or on days where we didn't have like it was a testing day or something like that, we would watch A Different World.
Wow. That's good though. Look at the inspiration you were probably given in that. You know what I mean? There's such an inspiration.
Again, I could walk out my classroom and play A Different World and not have to worry about something popping up on the screen that's inappropriate for my kids. Not that I ever left them alone because I would never. I'm a teacher, duh. But if I ever did, they could, and they would love it. They loved it. And then we would like talk about the different, like the episode with the mammy, the episode when Dwayne and Ron went to the football game and the boys called them nigger and all of that. Like, can I say the hard ER on here? Sorry.
Too late now, yeah.
Looks
like you done dropped the F-bomb. Now you worried about the ER.
Well, that's true. But yeah, like, so those were like lessons that I could like teach from. You know what I'm saying? So it just, I don't know. It's just a sad day.
So. Yeah, I like what she put here. I believe the purpose for Hillman was to get black parents and children to look into attending an HBCU as opposed to other universities. I know that's so of course the conspiracy around Bill Cosby. Now of course we don't went into conspiracy world. Black folks can't just die. We got to go all the way around. We got to go to conspiracy theories and everything. This is what black funerals look like. That's why I love us. But y'all know, I think part of the conspiracy was, I think for this very reason right here, like Bill Cosby with Different World, like they said that one of the reasons they came after Bill Cosby was because number one, he was trying to make a bid for NBC. So to put in to be one of the part owners of NBC, which is a corporation, but he wanted to have like a majority stake or something like that, and actually had the means to be able to pull it off and the resources to be able to pull it off. And so they was not going to allow that to happen because, I mean, my God, he had already through the 80s done a number on NBC with this super black stuff, which of course opened doors for things like Fresh Prince and all of that for other black shows to come on. Because ain't no way Uncle Phil should have been rich and Viv, and which was along those same lines, college professor and a lawyer who turned judge and all that, living in Beverly Hills. So right along the same lines. So Bill Cosby opened up a door at NBC that woke them up. And so as woke as NBC is, they also know it. So the conspiracy is that's one of the reasons Bill Cosby came after him. And then, of course, the spinoff with Hillman College, like, no, you can't send them to black schools. You got to send them to our schools. You got to send them to, because they're going to be too woke, if I can use the word that white folks done stole. Like, they're going to be too woke, so, Yeah. So Malcolm Jamal Warner was a part of that awakening of Black America, and like I said, it's so important to Black communities, I think, because we had to have, like you said, we had to have stuff that fit in line with a culture that did not belong to us, a culture that was not the world that we grew up in. Same church, different world. Like same country, different world. Same TV, different world. Same entertainment, different world. Same music, different world. Like different perspectives. And so to see somebody actually put see somebody put that on TV and then put it on TV in an aspirational way, in a way that says all Black people ain't destitute in the projects and in the struggle. Some of us got degrees. Some of us are educated. We got Black schools. We got multiple Black universities. And to showcase that on network TV in the 80s, big freaking deal. Like I'm just no way around that. Big freaking deal. So yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh, we've cried. We've
we gotta. You know me and you will get on this YouTube and share the shit. We'll probably move on.
You gotta play the right music.
If you play that song, you go mess it up. So I'm glad
this right here. This right here.
Zeke.
Oh, everybody just take a moment for Theo. Everybody take a moment for Theo. And for icons of Black community. Maybe this should be a moment for us to consider that the impact that was had can still be carried on. So now we should not focus, I think, we should focus right now on mourning, but I think that this time next year we should be focused on legacy, because what he left was not just something to mourn. He left us with something to create legacy from, and that is why he is so well beloved. And that is why we mourn him as the Black community. So anybody that don't understand that, I'm gonna challenge you that you probably don't have real Black friends. Like I'm just gonna highlight. You got folks be like, I got Black friends. I got that. If you don't understand why we mourn Theo's death, and I'm gonna challenge you, you ain't got no Black friends. Or you don't have real Black friends, or you got Black friends who was too busy trying to have white friends. So if you don't understand why Malcolm Jamal Warner is being mourned on this for the next week, you're just gonna have to deal with Black folks mourning Malcolm Jamal Warner. Y'all just gonna have to deal with that because it was real to us. That was, like Roger said, our cousin. We need a music break.
Yes, please.
Let's take a music break. Roger, we're gonna come back. I want to dig into this. I want some of your perspective and your view on some of that soapbox spiel I was doing earlier. I think I'm just gonna call it that now, soapbox spiel. I think that's gonna be my new name for it. But yeah. I love your perspective and opinion on that. But we're gonna play a couple songs. We're gonna come right back with my girl Rhonda on the rock. We're gonna have a good time. All right, y'all. Y'all get you some coffee. We'll be right back.
If the lily has no worry, and the sparrow has no care, why should I worry when my Father owns the cattle on the hill? Why should I worry when my Father owns the silver and the gold? So I'm casting my cares on you, casting my cares on you, casting my cares on you, casting my cares, oh, casting my cares on you, casting my cares on you, casting my cares on you, casting my cares, oh. Papa, shower your blessings, yeah. Shower your blessings, yeah. Adumbra, shower your blessings, ah. Shower your blessings, yeah. Papa, shower your blessings, yeah. Shower your blessings, yeah. Bountiful blessings. Bountiful blessings, they come my way. Papa, shower your blessings, yeah. Shower your blessings, yeah. Adumbra, shower your blessings, ah. Shower your blessings, yeah. Papa, shower me your blessings. Shower your blessings, yeah. Bountiful blessings, they come my way. So I will be anxious for nothing. Supplicate for everything. Why should I worry about my problems when I can pray them off? Why should I worry about my troubles when I can pray my troubles off? So I'm casting my cares on you, casting my cares on you, casting my cares on you, casting my cares. Oh. So I'm casting my cares on you, casting my cares on you, casting my cares on you, casting my cares. Oh. Papa, shower your blessings, yeah. Shower your blessings, yeah. I do brush, shower your blessings, ah. Shower your blessings, ah. Papa, shower your blessings, yeah. Shower your blessings, yeah. Bountiful blessings. Bountiful blessings, they come my way. Papa, shower your blessings, yeah. Shower your blessings, yeah. I do brush, shower your blessings, ah. Shower your blessings, yeah. Papa, shower me your blessing. Shower your blessings, yeah. Bountiful blessings, they come my way. Abundant blessings, multiple blessings, bountiful blessings, come in my way. Abundant blessings, multiple blessings, yeah. Bountiful blessings, they come my way. Papa, shower your blessings, yeah. I do brush, shower your blessings, ah. Papa, shower me your blessing, yeah. Bountiful blessings, they come my way. Abundant blessings, multiple blessings, bountiful blessings, come in my way. Abundant blessings, multiple blessings, yeah.
Let's keep the West African vibes going. I see you there, Miss Jessie. Shout out to you. Yes, keep them hips and them knees going, man. No, that's Jamaican. That ain't even. God dog it. I need to work on my accents and my. Good morning, Miss Ursula Ellis. Yeah, keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. If you haven't said good morning, go ahead and say it to us. We want to know you're here. Hey.
I have to go astray? Forever want your eyes on me. Mwari, inindo funga kuti, natata papi. It's all me, I know. The evidence all around me. You are here, I know. So stay with me. Oh, Papa God, won't you stay with me? Yeah. From my nanny, stay with me. Say you'll be there. Stay with me, Papa. No, I ain't perfect. Obstacles will test my faith, inhibiting purpose. I tripped up on too many times when I fall on TR.
Oh, snap. Good morning, Pastor Bill Ellis, APC Morgan Park. Y'all know that's my church home, so y'all can come check us out over there. Yeah, shout out to Merv Hammond with Broken Vessel Music. Hey, I told you if you ain't saying good morning, make sure you say it. Hey, we want to know you're here. Hey. Oh yeah, oh yeah. And if you ain't dancing, get your dance on.
Please don't turn your
Yeah, Ursula, go ahead and dance. Yay! I see you dancing in the comments.
Say you'll be there. Stay with me, Baba. So stay with me. Oh, Baba God, won't you stay with me? Yeah. From my nanny, stay with me. Say you'll be there. Stay with me, Baba. Oh, why?
Hey, and we back. Hey, listen, if you haven't already done so, y'all can do me a favor, and y'all see all that stuff that's over there. Y'all see that, the YouTube and the Facebook and all that stuff. If you haven't already done so, do me a favor and go ahead and like, subscribe, follow, do all that kind of good stuff. We get Rhonda back on the stage right here. Yay! Rhonda has an announcement. I'm trying to get the thing loaded up. I don't know where it went though. That's the I'm gonna get it. Rhonda, tell them what you doing tonight. You tell them why you doing it. I'm gonna get the thing going. I'm gonna center screen so I can go away and do this.
Yes, so Rhonda on the Rock season 3 is happening. I was like waiting for a specific moment to like make this big announcement by season 3 about season 3, and then I just decided, like, you know what, we're just gonna start and people will catch up. So tonight, me and my good friend Erica, who is the CEO of Lotus Noir, which is a luxury purse company. Her and I are going live tonight to talk about being the fat friend. Okay, growing up, being the chunky girl in the family, the chunky girl at school, all of those things, and what that meant and how that shaped us into the women that we are today. So you don't want to miss it. We're going live at 7:30 p.m. on my YouTube channel, Rhonda on the Rocks podcast. So please tune in. By the end of the show, Zeke will have the flyer up.
Yeah, I don't know why it's not showing right now. Like, it's not even showing up in my downloads. I definitely downloaded it.
It's okay. I can talk about it. And if you go over to my social media, you'll see the flyer there. That's on me because I just sent it to Zeke as the songs were playing. So that's on me. But yes, if you are not doing anything tonight, even if you are doing something tonight, you can play it in the background. 7:30 live on my YouTube, Rhonda on the Rocks podcast. Please join me. It's going to be a great conversation. If you've ever been the fat friend, or if you've ever had fat friends, this is for you. If you know people who were overweight as children, like, this is for you. We're gonna talk about it. It may turn into a series because I don't think that we'll be able to talk through everything in the hour 15 minutes that I usually allot for my shows. So yes, please tune in tonight. It's gonna be a funky good time. So that's my
It's gonna be a funky good time. Oh, yeah. It's gonna be a funky good time. See, I think I got it. Hold on. Wait a minute. I think I can do it this way. There's always a will. There's always a way. Yeah, we make stuff happen around here. There you go. We figure it out one way or the other. That ain't it. That's still the video. There we go. This is what we're trying to show. This right here. That's what we're trying to show.
There it is.
There we go. That'd be. That's what we're doing. That's what Rhonda's doing tonight, y'all. So make sure y'all go and check that out. My God, live tonight. We were live this morning, 7:30 in the morning. 12 hours later, Rhonda on the Rocks is going live at 7:30 p.m. So you can lock in the day, but you rock out the night. You see what I did there? Lock in, rock out. That's
Lock in, rock out. But yes, so if you, like I said, if you are just interested in the conversation, or if you've never watched the episode of Rhonda on the Rocks, this would be a good one to start with. If you never, thought about listening or watching my show, tonight is a good night to tap in. Erica is an amazing guest. She's been on my show, I think this might be her 4th time, because we've done some like very, very random episodes, like just got on live on some like, I ain't got nothing to do, you ain't got nothing to do. And when I tell you, the clips from those episodes have done done numbers. We posted one yesterday and already has 500 views. So she's just a great guest. She's a good friend of mine. We grew up together, went to school together, we in the same sorority, all of that stuff. And she's just a creative genius. I love her so much. And she'll talk about all of the things that she does at some point tonight. But we're really going to dive into what it means to grow up fat. Like that's the simplest way that I can say it. How specifically growing up fat and being Black, because I think that is where I mean that's the only perspective that I have. I've always,
Right.
I was born Black. But yeah, I don't know if people often realize how that impacted my adulthood, like a whole lot. I would say right up there with like growing up in church, like being overweight is like became a part of my identity growing up, and how that has impacted me now as an adult. So anyway, tonight at 7:30 over on my YouTube, Rhonda on the Rocks podcast. If you are not following me, if you are not subscribed, please do that. I know we're locking in right now, but if you want to rock out later,
Right.
subscribe.
Right. You came into the day, you got to go out of the day. You got to make it to tomorrow. So you got to rock out. You got to go out of the day. You might as well rock out. You know, you're going to lock in. You might as well rock out. So, yeah.
You might as well. You might as well. So, yeah. Zeke, leave that up there for 1 second. I just need to make sure.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead. Absolutely. You taking a picture?
Yeah. So yes, I'm excited to have everyone tonight. Let's run the numbers up and have a good time and have a good conversation. I will see y'all there.
Hey, so y'all definitely check that out, Rhonda on the Rocks. I told y'all new episodes was coming. She told y'all this. There was coming new episodes, and here they are. They done hit us. So Rhonda on the Rocks, and y'all know you got a lot to talk about, because especially on that topic, because now you done. If you ain't able, put it on the table, and now so like there's you adding new equations to the story. I see Pastor Bill, and he said I was a husky kid. He grew up a husky kid, so
it's interesting. I'm not going to give too much away, obviously, because I have so many talking points for tonight. But the anxiety that you have sometimes about going to family functions, because that is going to be. You can't, you're not going to be able to just go to the family function, get your plate of food, and eat it without someone policing you.
Girl, you know you don't need to be eating that.
Wow. How many pops have you had? One. Like, how many pops have you had? Like, or who made your plate? I did. Like, I'm hungry. We haven't eaten all day because we knew we were coming here. Like. So it's just like stuff like that just really, like, even as you get older, going into places and being heavy and eating, like you feel like people are watching you. You feel like people are monitoring you. Or if you when you order food at a restaurant, you have to preface it with like, I know this some fat shit, but let me get the this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? Like, I actually don't care. Like, whatever. What do you want? But in your mind, you feel like you have to like make a joke about it before somebody else makes a joke. Say something about it before someone else says something about it, because then it kind of like takes the pressure off. You like, well, let me acknowledge my weight first, because that's what everybody's thinking. And it kind of makes you a little kind of self-absorbed in a way, because you always think that people are thinking about you. And in actuality,
you're so vain. I bet you think this song is about you, don't you?
Yeah. Like, oh, you're talking about me, and people are like, actually, I'm not. The number of people who are thinking about you and your weight is so small, but because they're so loud about it, it seems like it's everybody. So, anyway, we'll dive into more of that later on.
You know what's crazy about that? Is the like, as you're talking, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking to myself, so I've never been a big guy. I've never been, even when I tried to lift weights. I was just talking about this with my guy Marvin yesterday. I was like, man, your big old arms, boy, you look like you lift baby cribs for working out. Like, you just out here just be. I'm like, I be trying to work out. I be trying to get bigger, and I've just been skinny all my life, just skinny, can't put on weight. But so I don't have the perspective of what it is to be a big guy, or a husky kid, or a fat kid, or whatever you want to call it. Like, I ain't got no perspective of that. But what's crazy is, on the opposite end of the spectrum, we are more alike. Everybody's more alike than we like to even realize. Because I think about the skinny jokes that used to always happen. You know what I mean? And that's the like anybody that grew up skinny. You probably grew up with some of the. And if you hearing Rhonda talk about growing up as this is why it's good to go and listen to the Rhonda on the Rocks podcast live tonight. Because some of them same stories, you might realize that you may not insert the way fat kid growing up, but you may resonate with you on something else. For me, it was the skinny jokes all the time. You know, like especially when you know how it is when like for girls when y'all start getting your a little chest and butt and stuff. And if you the late bloomer, everybody like talking about you. When you the skinny kid, and boys start working out and they start getting buff and they start playing sports and they start hitting, and you the skinny kid, and it's kind of like. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, oh, what you gonna do? What you was lanky? You talk? It's like, nah, nigga, I look good. Like, don't be. You know what I mean? But like, it's just like we all find these ways to pick at each other and stuff like that. And I think that it's important that these kinds of stories, like what you're doing with your podcast and all that, I think it's important that those come out because it reveals to us, number one, that everybody's an a-hole. Like we all need to watch our a-hole ways and how we talk about each other. And then two, we got more in common with each other. It's just you insert your issue here, she inserts her issue here, he inserts his issue here, and you all realize we got an issue, and people make you feel some kind of way about your issue. And so maybe that by opening these stories up, we realize that maybe the skinny kids who was talking about the fat kids, one talking about them because they was fat, but they was talking about them because they were skinny. And so before you can tease me for being skinny, before you can tease me for being skinny, I'm gonna tease you for being fat. Just like you said, before you tease me for being fat, I'm gonna tease my own self for it. And then somebody with the big head. Before you say anything about my head, I'm gonna talk about how much I fire head I got. It's like, why are we doing this to each other? You know, in the Black community, we definitely do that anyway. So
and I think one of my goals too for having this conversation is to help the people who are now the aunties and uncles, right? That's us. Be mindful of what we say to our nieces and nephews and the young people who are coming into our homes to have dinner, right? Like we are those people now. And so we now have the responsibility to change that so that our nieces and nephews don't grow up and be like, when we used to go to Auntie Rhonda's house, all she used to say was, ooh, you doing this and that, ooh, and you know, that and I love my aunts and uncles. Don't get me wrong, like love them. But I remember, I ain't forgotten. I haven't forgotten. I remember going to the family reunions and leaving the family reunions and be like, man, next time I'm gonna be skinny. I'm gonna lose me some weight so that they don't have nothing to say. All of my childhood.
See, and ain't that something?
Because I had fat cousins too. It wasn't just me; it was all of us. Like, like we were just. I don't know what to say other than, you know, our parents could afford to feed us well. That's all I could say. But it was just always in the back of my mind. Like the next time I see these people, I want to look different, and it never happened. But you know, who wants to be 12 and say, when I'm 14, I want to be smaller so that my family don't have nothing to say?
That's a real thing, man. That's so real. That's why it's good and important that you put in that conversation into the atmosphere because, we need, like you said, we the aunties and the uncles now. We the, and you know what? And I'm gonna say this, and I hope I don't offend nobody when I say this, but in today's world, like we can look at it and tell because we had big kids when we was growing up. It was just a thing. It was a thing. That's why the teasing happened. I think a lot of the stuff we talk about body shaming now. When I look at like the diets and the stuff that's in the food that we eat, we see more big kids now than we've ever seen. There was different body shapes and sizes. So we tease the big kids because they were the only big kids that was there. We tease the skinny kids because they was the skinny kids. We tease because it was these different bodies. And now we look at today and it's like everybody is like in this. When you travel internationally, you can really see this when it really comes to light. You can really see it. But like you said, now that we the aunties and the uncles, like you're gonna be talking about fat kids all the time in today's world. So what are we gonna be perpetuating 20 years from now when all of them kids grow up and they all grew up like the big kids? So I think it's important that the conversation you're about to have tonight is held so that folks can understand, like, hey, listen, like, you know, I mean, and I know that's a sensitive thing I just said right there. I get it, but
Yeah, I'm not saying that people shouldn't have done something about it. That's not what I'm saying. Like if I was overweight as a kid, that's my health. Because then I was overweight as a kid, as a teen, as a young adult up until June 24th. Like and still, even right now, 4 weeks post-op today, I'm still overweight. But I just feel like I'm not saying that they shouldn't have done something about it, but they didn't do anything about it. They just talked about it.
Right.
Like we have big kids today, and a lot of our children are overweight or unhealthy because they're not active. We went outside.
Yeah.
I rode a bike.
That's what I'm saying. It was a whole different thing, though. That was like, it didn't matter if you was a big kid or a skinny kid. We saw you outside. You was playing softball, kickball, you was dodgeball. You was doing all the stuff. Like it was the nowadays. It's just none of that. Like
you don't even see kids outside playing. You don't drive down the block and see girls jump. It's summertime. You don't see girls jumping double dutch. You may see some boys shooting hoops, but most of the time they fighting, wrestling. Like, what are y'all doing? Or they going to the corner store raising hell. They doing stuff they ain't got no business. They carjacking. They're doing all of this stuff, and it's like y'all just want to play. Like y'all just want to play pretend. Y'all don't help no boy. Like, what are y'all doing?
Right, right. You know, it's a shame when we be like, y'all ain't even playing house. Like the one game the parents said don't play. We like, y'all don't even want to play that. Y'all don't even want to. Like I would be happy to see a kid playing house so I could yell. Okay. I thought that I was gonna reach my 40s and be opening my window, yelling out there, "Hey, y'all get off my lawn! Hey, y'all shut up all that noise! Hey, y'all go over around the corner." I don't have to do none of that. Like these kids don't be outside; they just don't be out there. Like,
and then they say like, "Oh, it's hot. It's summer." Like,
first off, it's hot because they got these doggone sweatsuits on. Exactly. Like these kids come into this cooking class. Yesterday, it was like 85 and humid as I don't know what. It was a heat advisory that was actually that came across. And boy walked up with a full sweatsuit on. I was like, what? Like, I'm hot looking at you, man. Yeah. Like, so we just gonna wear sweatsuit with the hoodie up and it's black.
Yeah. We don't, and I can go on this tangent about kids all day. You know how I feel. Like, the imagination is gone. Like, it's gone. Like, we, growing up, my right-hand to God, my dad would be at work, and he would call home and be like, they need to get up, eat breakfast, and go outside. And the day would start really boring. Like, it would be like, oh, my God, we just out here. Nobody's out here. But by noon, it was cracking. He was rollerblading, riding bikes. You couldn't go in nobody's house, but you definitely was outside in front of their lawn. I mean, going to the corner store, we would ride our bikes, and going in the house wasn't until it was dark. And then you came in, took a bath, ate dinner, and watched the Cosby Show.
Yeah, you didn't go in the house. Going in the house was a scary notion. Like, if you had to pee, you tread lightly. You was like, I got two bathroom breaks I can take in the house. So I can't just be running in and out. I gotta tread lightly, because if I go in the house that third time, I'm not coming back outside. Getting in trouble, you know, back in the days when you could beat your kids. Mama, I remember. Daddy, I remember. I know y'all watching. Hey, Daddy, I know you watching. Hey, Mama, I know you watching. I said I'm gonna start acknowledging my dad. He don't always type, but I know he be watching every day. Yeah. So I gotta start saying hi. Y'all say hi to my daddy, Bishop John Dyson. But like, you know, I remember the whoopings, but I also remember having a couple times a choice. We're gonna whoop your tail, or you can just stay in the house the rest of the day. You'll beat me, like whoop me, beat me, hang me over a banister. I don't care. Whatever you do, don't take my outside privileges. And we didn't have central AC, so you know nobody on our block had central air. We was all in these old houses, so you know the windows was up in the summertime. So if you got a whooping, the whole block meant you got a whooping. Everybody knew, and it was like 100 kids outside. They all knew you got a whooping. And you come outside with they be like, Dad, you just got yourself whooped, did you? You'll be like, yeah, I did, but I'm outside though. Like,
right. It's like, okay, let's not focus on what just happened inside the house. I'm outside.
Right. I'm outside now. I'm outside now. It's above me now. Like this, because I had a choice. You can get a whooping, or you can stay at house all day. I don't care what you do. Beat me, throw me over a hot fire, but do not take my outside privileges, because they about to get a game of kickball going, and I got to defend my title. Like, I mean, like,
it's like, do kids still get bikes for Christmas? Like, remember you like
the greatest thing? Oh my
Like, do Walmart even still have bikes? I don't know. Like,
they do, but it's not as big a section as it used to be.
Buying them, like, I don't know. We just spent a substantial amount of time outside. And granted, we did live in neighborhoods that were safer. We didn't really have to worry about nobody kidnapping us because everybody kind of knew, you know.
There was also too many kids to kidnap. I mean, like in our block, for instance, if somebody would have came through and kidnapped somebody, you'd have had like 60 kids. Like, I mean, like, and it was some adults that was sitting outside on the porch. So it would have been almost doggone impossible, at least in our neighborhood, because obviously kids was getting snatched up back then, like in white vans and stuff. But like for my neighborhood personally, it would have been just shy of impossible to kidnap somebody. You would have had to come at a very specific time of the day. Like you said, the first kid outside, you know. Right. But that first basketball we heard bounce, it was like, no, time to go outside. You ain't brushed your teeth yet. Your mama had to tell you, like, boy, if you don't get here and brush your teeth, if you don't do it, because I heard a basketball play. I got to get outside. Steven and Damon, they outside. They about to start playing ball. And if I miss them, I have to walk to the park by myself. So I got to go.
Yes, I actually went to a baby shower Sunday, and it was of my childhood friend who used to live across the street. Her name is Candace. She used to live across the street, and Candace is so funny. I was in 5th grade when Candace moved across the street, and we would go. We rode the same bus, so we would be at the bus stop together. And I'll never forget, she loved Genuine, like loved Genuine. And so my first introduction to Genuine was on her Walkman CD player, baby. She was playing Pony, and I was like, yes! Because, you know, of course, all I heard was gospel music. And she was like,
right.
You listen to Genuine, Candace? I don't know. I think they had moved from the city, maybe. No, they moved from University
City kids. Them city kids? Oh, the University Park. That's different.
From the city to UP to Creek. And so she was like, you don't know who Genuine is? I'm like, no, but teach me. Like, please. And then, do you remember when you used to bring like sugar?
Sorry, I just popped Rich on the stage. I figured he back there just waiting. I just had to pop
waiting so patiently.
Right, I know. I was like, we done got a tangent. Let me just let him come on stage.
Do you remember when people used to mix Kool-Aid and sugar?
Yes.
Together and eat it like that? So Candace used to bring the Kool-Aid, and I would bring the sugar on the school bus, and we would mix it together, bring 2 plastic bags, and we would have our Kool-Aid and sugar for the day. So one time, I don't even remember how this happened, but somehow the sugar like wasted all over the school bus. And like we had the same school bus driver for like 3 consecutive years. Yeah. So she knew us, and she was so pissed, but we were more pissed because it's like, now we ain't got our Kool-Aid and sugar for the day. Like, that's how I grew up fat. You see what I'm saying? I was eating Kool-Aid and straight white sugar. Yeah. A sandwich bag with my finger.
Come on. That was a snack. Fingers be all red. Finger and tongue and lips, everything red. Walking around.
Like multiple times. Like, what?
We had people selling it. People would sell it for like a quarter. For
like little baggies of like having drug deals with sugar.
Right, that's exactly what it looked like. They was acting like they was little drug dealers. It was crazy. Yes.
And now there's like actual drugs in school. Like we were just selling Kool-Aid and sugar. Now they're selling pills.
Yeah,
they're selling weed. They're like, it's just a different time, but they doing that because they didn't go outside and play. I'm trying to.
That's why they didn't go
outside and play. They did not have that social interaction. They have no social interaction now unless it's via a screen.
Yeah, so,
you know, and
that's actually a real problem.
Places, it's a huge problem.
Yeah. It's a real problem for hiring managers, HR directors. They're all reporting that these kids now, and I'm calling them kids, this is just showing our age, but that are coming out of college. So they're adults. They're not kids. They college educated folks. They're saying these are some of the smartest people we've ever come across. But when it comes to dealing face to face, like going through an interview, you got folks that's going to interviews with their mother. Coming out of college, going to interviews with their mother. You hear reports about stuff like that. Don't know how to like look in the eye. Like, so eye contact is not a thing. They're always having to like look at, so they'll be in a full conversation with you, but they're looking down at their phone. We're talking about job interviews. Coming in with like wrinkled sweatsuits, like and Crocs. Like,
don't know how to dress.
no social skills whatsoever, and like we the most social we've ever been globally, and the least social we've ever been personally. It's crazy.
Yeah, resume be balled up in their back pocket. Why is your resume balled up? I'm not saying you have to put it in. We used to put ours in that little plastic sleeve.
Right, right, special resume paper.
Listen, for real, like it was a thing, and I know that times have changed, but we have to preserve some of the old time way.
Yeah,
we have to preserve at least the way you dress when you go.
Say that statement one more time. Put you on center screen. You just crossed over into oldness. As soon as you made that statement, I heard old lady Rhonda.
We have to preserve some of the old time way. We must. Old time way.
Old time way.
Old lady gang. Old lady gang. Go on ahead. You got it.
That was the old lady comment right. That's what every old person said. I understand we're doing that. All the old church folk. I understand we're doing a new thing, but we can't forget about the old time way.
The old time way.
Oh my God.
We do. We have to preserve some of the old time way when it comes to certain things.
Yeah.
Come on. We cannot go to a job interview in a Nike Tech sweatsuit.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that you have to be in a 3-piece suit because you look right foolish in that.
That is also a new day. Yeah.
With a collared shirt. Like I don't wear, if I haven't been on a job interview in almost 12 years. But if I was to go on, that's a blessing. Hallelujah. Yeah. I haven't had to look for work. Glory to God in a long time. But if I went to a job interview, depending on what it is, I'm probably not going to wear like a suit.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not.
Like on Step Brothers. Like on Step Brothers. The movie Step Brothers, when they went to that job interview.
That was the greatest job interview of all time.
For the custodian job. They went in tuxedos.
Yes. You can learn so much from that.
Did the interview together.
That's where you're trying to go.
That is ridiculous. But I may wear a skirt depending on how I feel. But likely I'm gonna wear some black slacks and a nice top. And that's it.
Call it a day.
You know what I'm saying? I'm call it a day. But I'm not gonna go in this dress from Target that I have on right now. That's probably too short. I'm not gonna do that.
Should you wear ties to interviews now? Like I'm curious.
I don't think that's necessary. I feel like wear a collared shirt. You can wear a polo shirt.
Okay.
It doesn't even have to be like a button down, but just be clean. Some people don't even go to interviews and be clean. Their clothes don't even be washed. Like that should go without being said.
Ooh, some people come to the job without being clean.
Hello, somebody.
Come on this job site. Just
on the job.
Freelance job sites.
Yeah.
They show up to work and they've been in the tub, and I can't understand it.
In like a week, at least a week, like that way.
Like
24 hours. But man, it'd be tough.
Like, you must your entire body, your hair.
Hair is important.
Everything must be washed. Get in that tub.
Yeah.
If for nothing else, because you're going around people. Now, if you want to do that at home by yourself and sit in your own filth, fine. But when you're going outside the house, get in that tub. You got to put a little cap full of bleach. That's the old time way. Put a little cap full of bleach in your water.
Wait, what? Mm-hmm. I've never took a.
I've never done that, but
old lady gang.
I know some people who should have. They put a cap full of bleach in their water. Yep.
Yeah.
A cap full of bleach? Rich, did you put a cap full of bleach?
Yep.
Just stay there. People don't take baths no more. It's okay to take baths. People don't take baths no more. It's okay.
I had a bath in so long. I don't know the last time I set my butt on a tub. Like I do outside of a hot tub. A bath?
Yes. In my next house, I want a garden tub. Like I want a jacuzzi in my next house.
Man, I had a bath about a month ago. Changed my life. Oh my God. Been so long since I had one, probably over a year. But man, it was a great bath about a month ago. Woo! Especially like on vacation, big baths too. Amazing feeling.
It's something about sitting in a bathtub, stewing in your own.
But you're married now, Zeke. Oh, that's true. It means a lot more when you take that bath.
You still got to take a shower before you take a bath. That's all I'm saying. I don't mind sitting in the water.
I take a shower after the bath.
Oh no, I gotta take a shower before the bath. I need a that.
You do a shower before, and then you get
I be outside too much. If I gotta look down and I see some dirt going around the thing, I'm embarrassed now. I don't know if this came from me or you. And I want to put my hands in. I got plans to put my hands in places I never seen. Wife, you know what I mean. But that ring around the tub, I don't know who that came from, and I don't want to put my hands there no more. So just take a shower. That's all I'm saying. I don't mind doing that. Like I'll sit in the hot tub. I do that. But I cleaning in the shower, in the bathtub. Like when we was growing up, the house on Harrison in Kankakee was an old house that didn't have a shower. It was only a bath. So we had to take baths growing up. So I was fine with that. But then when we built the house in Hopkins, we moved out to the country. It was a shower. And so like it was a tub but with the shower. So it was showers after that. And I just never did baths again.
I love a bath. Give me some Epsom salt.
Ooh.
Give me some Epsom salt.
You are getting
really
old.
Good bubble bath. Give me my iPad. Give me a glass of wine. What? Don't talk to me. I'll see y'all in an hour and a half.
Really? You have to like keep setting the water?
Yes, I will let a little bit out and put it on hell. I want my water smoking.
I remember all of that. Yeah, no.
Okay? Like a smoked turkey neck in this tub. Like I'm going to boil it.
A good bath can go a long way. A good bath.
Rita said you gotta take a shower after the bath. Why you take it after the bath? I don't. Why you don't want to take a shower before the bath? Like
just getting all the residue out with the water, just bring showering down on me. That's all. Just get all the rest of the residue out of the way.
But if you're already clean, then the residue is good residue. You can put some oils in there. Like your mama said they used to use that Lysol, that stinky brown Lysol to take a bath in. I don't know nothing about that. No. You was raised in the old time way, Rhonda. That's why you was just born an old lady.
My dad was old. My mom wasn't old, but my dad was old. So yes, he used to put a little bit of that nasty stinking Lysol in his bath water.
Lord, y'all can take some notes. Take some notes, people of God.
Yeah.
Have y'all ever? And I gotta say, shout out to Jeremy Sanders. He's here.
What up,
yeah, Pastor
Sanders.
And Rita, of course, who I just put on the screen. She did an excellent job at the live recording the other day, talking about taking a shower after the bath. But have y'all ever used that Castile soap? Have y'all ever used that peppermint Castile soap? Have y'all ever? You've never used that. That's an old time way. And trust me, Doc, just it will change your life either for the better or for the worse if you're not careful. Keep it away from your eyes. Just trust me when I say keep it away from your eyes, away from your nose and mouth. Unless you really want to clean your sinuses in your nose, it might be under your nose a little bit.
What's it called again?
Castile soap.
Castile, Dr. Bronner's.
Yeah, Dr. Bronner's Castile soap. That peppermint one. It comes in a big thing like this, and if you use more than this amount, you're gonna feel it for the rest of the week. You keep it away from your parts and your parts. That's all I do. Not wash your butt with it. That's all I'm saying. Just do. If you ever made that mistake, especially if you just got off the toilet and you taking a shower, you wiping. You're a little raw back there after you wiping your butt. So you use some of that stuff. That is like rubbing alcohol on an open wound. Like it is, and it doesn't stop for like hours. Like
yeah. So if you have any friends that are funky, here's a few suggestions. They can put a cap full of bleach in the tub. They can put a cap full of that brown Lysol. The Lysol that came in the brown bottle is extra concentrated. Or they can use Dr. Bronner's peppermint Castile soap. And I guarantee you, if they funky now, they will not be funky later. And if they are, then that is a medical condition. They should see a healthcare professional.
This is not a paid advertisement. This is us just talking about real life. Just want to let you guys know, here at Zeke Live in the morning, we want you to be fresh and clean. So fresh and so clean.
So fresh and so clean.
Yeah, my feet used to sweat really bad. So I would soak my feet in mouthwash.
Really?
Mouthwash.
Where you getting all these old people remedies from, Rondo?
The old time way, baby. The old time way.
For real, Jesus Christ.
It works. I would soak my feet in water and mouthwash because mouthwash, if it kills 99% of the germs in your mouth, sweat and bacteria on your feet is nothing but bacteria.
So
I would soak my feet in mouthwash, and of course, it feels good because it's like the mint. So it feels good, but it also kills those germs, and I haven't had a problem since. So if I ever, like sometimes, when you wear certain shoes or you wear shoes without socks, it's just a cesspool for funky feet. And I just soak my feet in mouthwash. I buy mouthwash from Dollar Tree.
Yeah.
And
I might try that.
Rich, you should say something about some garlic or something.
Yeah,
so you soaking garlic.
And sometimes I just let it lay there while I go to sleep. I don't know if anybody will put garlic at the bottom of their foot.
You do that? You do the garlic? I've heard people do it with onions.
Yeah.
Like take the onions because the onions suck in. So you do it with garlic.
Garlic root, actually. Garlic root.
Okay, garlic root. So my grandmama used to have us drink garlic water.
Really?
Yeah, like a couple tablespoons of garlic water. Like the garlic.
I take liquid garlic every day. I got liquid garlic that I take every day.
Well, it's the same concept. Yeah.
Garlic.
Yeah, like the garlic drops and all that.
So what? What does it
natural
do?
Immune system booster, keep your blood pressure down, and keeps your blood regulated. All that kind of garlic do a lot of stuff. So people take garlic pills; they just make you stink.
They do stink.
That's what I was gonna say. You be a little smell like a.
But you will be if there's ever a vampire attack, you will be okay. Like you will be fine when the vampires rise. Like
blood sucking people around here. You better watch it, huh?
Come on, there are some blood sucking people, huh? There's an enemy in your camp. But if you got that garlic and then that peppermint soap afterwards,
well, you ain't got to worry about nobody being in your camp. That's what you got that good. Take too much garlic, you ain't gonna have no enemies in your camp. You ain't gonna have no friends in your camp either. You stink. You clean, but you stink. And that's something to be clean and still stink. That is, like you said, that's something. That's a condition.
So let me ask you guys a question. And then Rita did make a really funny comment, Zeke, that I think you missed. I'll start for you.
Yeah. Oh, bet. I see it.
It was. Yes, that's the one.
Oh, we were talking about kids playing outside. Yeah, everybody was there, but me. R. Kelly did a music video for those who are listening and not watching. R. Kelly did a music video around the corner from Rita's house, and she got in trouble, so she couldn't go to the video. She was so mad because she was mad at her mama because everybody was there. But her, I told you, you can do anything to me, just don't take my outside privileges.
Your mama probably saved you if it was an R. Kelly music video,
right? So we might not even know, Rita. We might
that you weren't there.
It'll discern. My God.
Yes. So let me ask you guys a question. Have you
Shout out to Eric?
Hey, Eric.
What up?
Have you ever been in a position where you've had a funky friend and you've had to have that conversation with them? And if you haven't, what would you do what would you say if you had to? Should we get on center screen or should you?
Oh, Jesus. Doc, I'm gonna let you take this one, Doc. Eric, what's up, E? If Eric was here, he would also have.
Yeah, that's why you see, I'm very strategic about how I behave when I'm on this show. I don't ask certain questions when Eric is here because he just goes way too far. You see how he asked in any comments about he has names? Go ahead. Which one of y'all?
I got a few names. Yeah.
I had to have some conversations. And mainly because, I was a big guy, so at times I get a chance to see with other big guys, and we kind of smell at times. There's different smells that come from different places when you don't take care of your body correctly. And so there's some people that did not understand that. And here's what I understood too with some men, right? And I'll get to my conversation I had to have, because yes, I had to have it. Mm-hmm. Some men was like, yo, they don't wipe themselves after they do number 2.
That's wild to me. That is the wildest thing because
they've been told it's very not
gay.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah,
I'll say it for you. Yeah. There's some weird thing. Men think it's gay to wipe their butts. That is the dumbest thing I ever heard in my life. You are clearly scared that if you scared of wiping your butt because you scared that you gay, like then you got other mental issues.
You're probably gay.
Like at that point. At that point, you need to just try it out. Like, I mean,
just
go try it out. Dive in.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Doc. I'm sorry.
So I'm always trying to get understanding of people. That's just me in everything before I had these conversations, right? And so when some of those things are coming up in the I'm like, wow, I don't know how to really differentiate that. But having it was, hey, for me, it was some people that let's see here, that was hurting them and progressing and being better and what could be better for them in some cases. So I had a gentleman that I went to class with, and he just didn't smell right consistently. I had a problem with that when I was in high school, and I had to have someone talk to me and share. Here's what you do: put some lotion on, put some baby powder on. Oh, hey, what's up, Zeke?
Wrong button. I found myself going off screen and said I wouldn't center screen. Imagine if I would have just did that and ran away like.
Right. I was like, it sounds good.
Just got when I looked up. I'm trying to do this. Y'all go ahead. I'm here.
It all starts just from the basic. Hey, bro, have you ever had someone tell you about this? I try to relate. Hey, I had some issues when I was growing up. I know we might be older now, and you might be having those same challenges, but here's some things that I will represent and present to you, try to help you out. Hey, you need to do you take showers at night, take showers in the day? Do you brush your teeth? You know what I mean? Different things like that you never really thought you'll have. But there are so many men that grew up with not natural fathers or father figures that even showed them how to do that. As long as I got this money, I'll be all right. As long as I ain't got to take care of all that. As long as I got some type of health and all that. So my conversations for them was just like, yo, you got to get it together or your future may be not as bright as you think. This could be a stumbling block for you. So those are things I kind of do to talk to people that have. I could never talk to a female about anything with that. I would look for the wife or Rhonda or somebody else to try those conversations. But I'm a big person too. I would rather somebody tell me and talk to me. I would rather somebody do that. Hopefully it's in a humble way. But it's just a way to have a conversation. But yeah, straight up like Eric is, you stink. Oh man, that can hurt so many people. And we got so many mental things going on. And so I try to have what's the other word? Where you empathy for everyone as well. But that's it. That's all.
I think we can all acknowledge that those conversations are very, very difficult. Yeah. They can be very uncomfortable, but at the same time, very necessary. Very necessary. It would hurt me if I was like thinking and no one told me. Because sometimes you just don't know. Like sometimes, you may have been rushing, and it may not be because you don't shower. Like some people actually have medical conditions. Sometimes the medication that people take can change their body chemistry. Sometimes your deodorant has run out. You need to switch the type of deodorant that you use. I have to switch deodorants twice a year. I can't use Dove in the summertime. It's just not good enough. In the wintertime, fine. When I'm not sweating as much, sure. But like summertime, it's got to be Degree or Mitchum. Like something that's like gonna hold you. Yeah.
Night out. But
so no one else is holding me, so it may as well be my deal.
Can somebody hold Rhonda? Is there any holders around here? Just make sure you smell good. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you stink off top, you're not gonna get close to Rhonda. I'm gonna just let you know, okay? So just can somebody hold.
I just think it's so necessary to have those conversations, and there's a way to say like, this is not okay. Like sometimes if a person's breath smells, I may eat a piece of gum and then offer them one. You see what I'm saying? Like, let me be the first partaker.
Yes.
Me. Yeah. And then you. And it's like, no, I don't want any. Are you sure you want some mints or something? Or then it might be like,
like I'm the kind that I'm like, just tell me.
Here comes Zeke. Zeke is back. If Zeke, I want you to talk about, have you ever had the conversation with anyone that you've worked in HR, you've worked in so many different places. And so
that's true though.
Conversations when it comes to hygiene at a workplace, whether it's freelance, whether they're getting paid salary, or whether they're part of the company. Like, how did you handle that? Even with choir members. Oh my goodness.
I'm trying to think back on a few of those situations.
Like, how did you handle, those things? See, I would love to hear from you and how you handle the situation.
Oh man. with grace. I think you know what I would do though.
Yeah.
So for me, like in choir situations, this is one actually a good example here. In choir situations, I would. I don't know if this is necessarily right or wrong, but because it was already being talked about throughout the whole choir, like because when somebody when a few people stink, they just stink. It is what it is. Like you and people gonna talk about it. They gonna so it becomes like a elephant in the room. Now me, because I'm kind of more in front of everybody, I'm not necessarily right in the midst of what's happening. So I don't necessarily know somebody stink. You know what I mean? Because I'm kind of off in my own world. Different, the same church, different world. You know what I'm saying? Like so I'm off in my own world. But then when it starts coming up and people you start hearing it because people be trying to keep that stuff away from me. You know what I mean? We start hearing it. So I might address it publicly first. Be like, hey, everybody, remember that we are all in close proximity, and it'll be around all kind of stuff, like not just hygiene, but even like you said with breath. I mean, y'all singing right up in each other's faces. Yeah. Like just if you know you just ate the side of onion rings, bring a breath mint with you, drink some water, brush your teeth. You right in people's faces, sing and do that. If you know you sweat hard and we are a very active group. Like we are not like just to sit back and do this. You gonna sweat, and if so I would address it from even a more multi perspective. You be careful what you eat. Because what you eat is going to smell a certain way when you sweat it back out. So be careful of that before a show. Like it's more than just the health thing. It's also the fact that you got to be right up amongst these people. So I would address that. And then there were a few times where we had to like maybe pull somebody to the side. But I didn't always have to necessarily do that because my mind was always on other stuff. So other people would maybe do it for me. In the HR world, though, I do remember one time. I can only remember one time I ever had to address that with somebody, and it was really more so the manager that was addressing it. I was just there as the HR person to make sure everything went all right, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? But I think it was handled with grace because when you work at and this is at a factory, so you got to be really on something if you at a factory. And Muggs is like, hey, but we got to do something about this hygiene, man. You know what I mean? Like that's and of course the managers at a factory are not the most emotionally aware people. Like, look, man, you got to get that. And they cuss, they drop F-bombs like sailors. When you smell like da-da-da, like y'all see all the stuff Eric is saying?
Yeah, I see
it. All the stuff Eric is saying? Y'all see all that? Imagine the managers at a plant doing that, which is why they needed HR to be in the room.
Yeah, I get it. Man,
because they just gonna tell you straight up. They've already been saying it outside. Right. Now it elevated to the next level. Like where it's like having to write somebody up for stinking. That's just that's wild. First time I had to do that, it's just wild. Like it's in your file now.
I don't know how Eric can do that with he can do that with a stranger and just say it and tell them about themselves. I'm so relationship. Like if someone was really smelling bad, I probably wouldn't be the one to talk to them unless I had some type of relationship with them.
Yeah.
So that's another person.
Yeah, and I don't think that hurting people's feelings is the right way to go. I feel like you can be direct and get your point across and say whatever it is that you need to say, but you have to remember the humanity in people. And honestly, you don't know why it may not be because they didn't bathe.
Right, you know and that's the thing. We had a girl with medical conditions.
Or the medication that they take.
I was just gonna say medicines with one girl. Yeah,
they may have a bad tooth in their mouth that they can't get extracted because they can't afford to. Like all of those things, and so you go in, you stink, and they like, I actually have cancer as well. So now I'm funky. Now I'm terminally ill. Like you have to use grace. I'm not saying you don't have to address it and you should not address it. If you are led to address it and it really is impacting the day-to-day, or like Rich said, it is a stumbling block for where they could be in the future, then I think you should address it. And you may not always be the one, right? Yeah. Relationships matter when you have those types of conversations. And I've definitely gone to friends of friends and been like, hey, I know that's your girl. I feel like it would come across better from you. And then I'll inquire, like, is everything okay? Like, do they need something? And I've gone to Bath and Body Works and bought little like kits for all of my friends and just made sure that person got one. You know what I'm saying? Like there are ways to do things and we have to use grace. Yes, it is the same church, but it is a different world. It's the same issue,
Mhm.
but the way that we handle it has to be different. And it's not a blanket way to tell people that their body odor is offensive, right? We have to use grace with people.
But that's
And
where relationship comes. Like Rick
absolutely.
said, that's where the relationship comes because now you know this. Like you said, like if you got a relationship with somebody and they feel comfortable enough to tell you that they got a tooth that they can't afford to get extracted, that's an embarrassing situation. I got a rotten tooth in the back of my mouth. I can't afford to get it extracted. I'm in this situation. It hurt like hell already. Like I'm already in pain. I'm already dealing with all of that. And now on top of that, I know my breath stank. It don't matter how many mints I'm eating. It don't matter how much mouthwash I'm using. This is an issue that's internal. Is going to happen. So it's already embarrassing. They already probably don't want to come out because they know that's going on. And then for them to open up to you and be able to tell you that means you have some level of relationship with them, which means you probably handled that with some care, using that as an example. But imagine being in a space where you don't know anybody. You don't really, and you coming in with that. Like, how do you address that when you don't necessarily have the relationship, but maybe you're trying to build a relationship? It's like, look, we can't build no further with this issue. We gotta handle this. Like, you know what I mean? And that's where that grace comes in, even before you know the person. It's just a matter of grace at the end of the day. Like you said, and this really is crazy because this is really right on topic with what I was talking about. Same church, different world. This is really right on topic. It may not be specifically about church, but that's why I say these things are so multi. You can cross these topics and themes all the way across all spectrums of life. How do you how do you take the perspective that you have, which is, well, I washed my butt today and I wipe my butt. I don't think it's gay to wipe my butt. I take a shower and I brushed my teeth and I did. So you now just assume that because somebody didn't get the same results you got, that they must not have did the same thing you did. And it's like, well, they took 2 showers today. They brushed their teeth just a few minutes ago. But they got something else going on. But you don't know that if you don't have enough emotional intelligence to get out of your own thinking and try to understand where somebody else is coming from, so that you can address the issue at hand. And so the times that I've had to deal with it, it was somebody I knew, some level of a relationship was already there, and some level of grace had to be had. And then there was other times where I just didn't address it at all. That's the honest God, y'all. I just didn't address it because it was just like, in this moment, it don't need to be addressed. Maybe it was just a one-off thing or something. Like, it's just, it don't need to be addressed. Now we get to the third time, it is a consistent behavior.
We talking. Yeah, you got 3 dimes. You got 3 days. We still there. Hey, Doc, listen, let's have a conversation, man. Going on.
It's a good idea I like what you said, Zeke, when you said like you address the entire room, right? So that, because some people, it may not be you today, but it may be you tomorrow.
Come on.
Exactly. And that's exactly another perspective I come from. Because again, like I said, like I'm taking that to my own groups. So when I direct the LXW, when I take New X, we are a high energy, high activity situation. You're going to sweat in rehearsal. If you ain't sweating in rehearsal, I'm looking at you funny and I'm going, why you being lazy in my rehearsal? Why you being lazy with my stage? Like you need to be working this out. Like, this is what we practice for, which means you might stink by the time you leave. So why you talking about such and such a person? How you know somebody ain't talking about you right now? Because you can't smell yourself. So how you know somebody ain't talking? I heard you talking about the deodorant type that you use. Sometimes deodorant just stank after people use it. I can't stand the sour deodorant smell. That is one of my all-time worst scents in the world. It don't mean you didn't use deodorant. It just means your pH balance or whatever it is, this chemical going on, just went with that and mixed with it and created a different smell. Now, you think you all right. You don't smell it. You don't feel it, obviously. You don't, so you think you're all right. And you know you use deodorant. You know you took a shower. But meanwhile, it's 4 people up here going, oh my God, please do not stand me next to her. Oh my God. Girl, don't you know she be stank? I know that. She be just that. And people started talking. So I addressed the whole room. Hey, look, y'all be careful because of this. And this is what, this is what this could mean, this is what that could be. So just be mindful of yourself, be mindful of your art. Yeah, and that's why I would do it that way, because it's already being talked about. By the time it would have got to me, is because it's already being talked about. And so there's a ground swelling of it talked about. Now I got to address it in a public format because I'm the public face. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Woo!
So,
Well, if y'all didn't learn anything else today,
then you learn that
I
some
mean,
men
yeah,
get
kids
jacked,
need to go outside and play.
wipe their butt.
We got to go back to the old time way when it comes to job interviewing.
They didn't talk about culture.
Wiping your butt as a man is okay and necessary. And don't put Dr. Bronner's peppermint soap near your parts.
Yeah.
Amen to that.
Unless you ain't been wiping in years because you thought it was not, because you thought it wasn't a straight thing, then you
At
might
that
need to
point,
put a
you
little bit
get
of
that
Dr.
tub.
Bronner's. You just got to
get
take that
tub
pain
of
for a
soap.
minute. You need that all sanitized. I mean,
Put that
oh
capful of
my
bleach in there.
God.
Just a capful. Just a capful of bleach.
Wow. What a blessed day.
Oh Lord, man. Oh my God, it's 10:15. What did Broken Vessel? What did Mervin say? Eric just ain't scared to get shot. He shoot back while saying this don't change the fact that you smell. Yes, that is definitely Eric's method. I've seen Eric have to be in these
personality.
Now I will say this much, y'all. Eric does have more grace than he probably is showing on here. I've seen him like really have real good emotional intelligence for people. The reason people gravitate to this man. Like I've seen, but I've never seen him shy away from it either.
Yeah.
I will say I've never seen him shy away. If it's an issue and it got to be addressed, I've never seen him shy away from it. But if somebody is being just whack and they being rude, then I've also never seen him shy away from that either, because then he'll give you that business. He'd be like, well, nigga, you stink. You smell like a like. So I've seen all them sides of Eric. What not?
Like last time I checked, you ain't that best either. You know what I mean?
Eric said, if you really want to just tell somebody they smell and you really don't want to tell them, just put them in a room full of kids. The kids will, because as we learned in earlier episodes, kids are a-holes. They are horrible people, and that's why parents put them outside all day, because get away from me. Because if you in here, you're going to start talking about something, and I don't feel like dealing with your mouth. Like,
you wasn't supposed to hear, and then
well, I'm the kind that be like, just tell me, man. Just tell me. Like, so if I stink, just tell me, nigga, you stink. Like, and I'll be like, thank you for that. Like, because I don't want people talking about me. And if you know me and you love me, you won't let me be out here like this. If my breath stink, I'm always going, look, do my breath smell like, I'm always doing, I got breath smells all the time. And that white stuff that you get in the corner of your mouth when you be talking all the time, I'd be like, I'm forever asking, do I got that white stuff in the corner of my mouth? Like, tell me.
Yes.
Yeah. I got a long beard. I eat food. Food gets stuck in my beard. I cannot help it. Like, I can't stand I can't stand to be talking to a group of people for like 20 minutes. And then I come around the corner and somebody be like, you got something in your beard. Like, somebody I know. They be like, you got something. All right. So I just stood here talking to 10 people for 20 minutes, and not one person said you got a big chunk of hamburger in your beard. Like this.
Can't stand it.
Ew.
Yeah,
Or
tell me.
y'all, my last point, and then because I know we have to go, it's going to be 10:45. We still going to be talking. Churches, wash your microphones and sanitize.
Oh, my God.
They smell so bad.
Condo. Bye.
Please, you have to wash and sanitize. I mean, at some point, you may have to buy new ones because you just can't get that stench out of there. You know how much breath is in those microphones and bacteria, because people spit. Wash them. Won't he make you clean inside?
And the other thing with the mics, because of the humidity that's coming off of your mouth, the moisture, that's metal. That metal begins to take on the smells. So sometimes that ain't even just breath that you smell. It's just bad metal. It's the metal needs to be replaced. And you can actually take the heads off of, you can actually take them off of the mic and put them in the thing. Now I got to address something real quick, because I think this is very important. And I think that I got to address it. I just got to address this.
We here today. Come on.
Yeah, I just got to address this one. This is so important. Tara Jones got on here. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I was about to say shout out to Tara Jones, and her very next comment gave Rhonda gets our own freaking shout outs.
Hey, sis.
Good morning, everyone, to y'all. But Rhonda on the rocks with fire emojis and butterflies. And what the heck is going on? Every time Rhonda is here, she gets on personal hellos.
There he is.
It's so funny.
I'm
She
jealous.
said, GM everyone.
Give it a full good morning. Look at it.
General Motors,
Take the effort. Didn't even take the effort to type good morning. Just gum.
Out the whole
Gum, everyone.
Rocks, the whole thing. Spelled
Right.
right.
Type the whole name. Added emojis and everything. Like, just no.
Yes.
All right. I guess. Yeah. All right. You right. Still, I'm jealous. I'm jealous. You ain't the only one. That's why I'm jealous. It's everybody. It's everybody.
Yeah.
It's the Rhonda effect.
That's the Rhonda effect. That's why we have it here. That's why.
One or the other. You lean into it or get ran over by it. Which one you gonna do?
I guess I just gotta lean into it. Oh, look, now Rich get his own. I get my own. You know, I get mine with an explanation. Like, hey, you get a couple emojis, Doc. You good? You get one. There you go. Nah, don't be coming on with my bads. Don't be my bad. Nah. You knew what you was doing. Too late. Huh?
Love you too.
With the hearts and stuff.
All right, y'all. Well, I guess we will wrap up. We can do our round table.
Let's do our round table. Yes, I'll put it up one more time for you so the people can see it. Wrong side. There we go. Yes.
Woo!
Y'all check that out. Rhonda on the Rocks will be doing this tonight over there. Y'all see it right there? The live tonight, 7:30. So y'all make sure to check her out. Ain't no music playing. I just realized that. We've been talking with not a single song playing. I'm gonna play this one. There we go. This sounds like the right song to play to go out with. Rhonda on the Rocks is going to be live tonight. Rhonda, tell people one more time what they can do with it. Yeah.
Please subscribe to Rhonda on the Rocks podcast on YouTube to catch this very, very amazing. I'm already knowing that it's going to be an amazing show tonight. I'm starting to go live a little more, doing less pre-recorded shows, doing more live shows. So you'll have an opportunity to catch that tonight. If you enjoyed this morning show and you locked in this morning, we are going to rock out tonight.
Yes!
30. Have my good friend Erica from Lotus Noir and When He Speaks. She'll be a guest, and we're going to talk about growing up fat. Simple as that. Like not sugarcoating it, not like cutting no corners. We're just going to shoot straight from the hip and tell what it has been like and how that has shaped us as adults, as the rich aunties now. So yes, let's do it. Okay.
Hey, that's tonight, Miss Rhonda on the Rocks. And since you're there, go ahead and give the people your last thoughts on this Tuesday for the round table.
I really, really love, and I'm not saying this to like pump Zeke's head up or anything, but I love being a part of this show. It fills my cup on the days that I'm able to be here and engage with all of the Lock stars and all of those things. So keep tuning in.
This is for me. This time it's for me. You're pumping my head up, so I'll get to have some emotional music. There we go.
Keep tuning in each and every day. I believe that big things are happening with this platform, and you better lock in so you can be a part of it. If you've been here from the beginning, you'll be able to say, "I remember when," and I remember when it was just us. And I mean, I'm just excited about where this is going and just all of the things that Zeke is doing with his music project that's dropping before this year is over, and all of those good things. There's so much stuff happening. So keep locking in. Keep locking in. This is a great way. It's probably the best way to start your day. I can think of very few things that I'd rather be doing than listening to Zeke live in the morning, Monday through Friday from 7:30 to 10.
Oh my Lord! Woo! You just made me feel so good. I was back here clapping the tea. That was just good.
You were clocking it because Zeke clock.
Oh yeah. What did I say? Clapping it.
Yep.
Oh shoot! Y'all know what I meant. Clocking it. I was locking the tea. I guess I'm just getting old. I just cannot get that right. I don't know why I can't. I'm locking. I'm doing my own motions. I'm locking it in. There we go. I'm locking it.
Like that tea. Lock it.
Locked it. Yes. I'm start doing that. Yes, King. Lock'd. I would get kicked out of every. Yes, King. Hey, Rich Holmes. So we've been talking about, we didn't really dive into it. I might bring this topic back up tomorrow, just to dive into a little bit more specifically a little bit, because I think the conversation went and kind of did touch on it, actually, believe it or not, like and the humor and all the stuff that we were doing. It did touch on the topic about just, expanding perspectives and all that kind of stuff like that from the church world. We'll do that a little bit more tomorrow, but I know you got some encouraging words for the people and all that kind of stuff like that, because you always do, because you are Pastor Rich Holmes. So.
Hey, I got some good news for you. For those that have been looking for just opportunities, because we all are looking for opportunities, I'm pretty sure, right? We have an opportunity. We are partnering with LAH Entertainment and Breezy Films, and we are filming this week. And so we are doing a club scene tonight. Locations at Maxi Sports Lounge. That's 183rd South. My bad. It is 3312 183rd South Hazelcrest. That's Hazelcrest, Illinois today. We got 2 time slots between now, which is 9 to 2 p.m. And then we have another slot, a time slot from 3 to 8 p.m. If you want more information, just hit me up. But I'm going to give you an email as well, which is Stacy, STACEYGILL at breezyfilms.org. All right? Let us know.
Spell it one more time for me.
It is Stacy, STACEYGILL at breezyfilm.org. That's films with an S.org. All right. So like I want to let you know, life is choice driven. You will live and die by the choices you choose to make. I got a hint for you today. Choose life above it all, above doubt, above fear. Choose life. Live again. All right. God, thank you for this time of coming together with these, your great people, Lord God. We thank you for testimonies that were shared today as Rhonda and Zeke and I myself went forth, Lord God. We pray that something was said to impact the nation, to impact generations and future generations to come. We pray for the family of Malcolm Jamal Warner, Lord God. We pray that you continue to hold them, keep them up in this time of what they're going through, Lord God. Holy Spirit, rise up and show that you are a comforter, that you are someone right there, even when the unexpected happens. Lord, let us know that it's still a plan that you have for us. Help us to seek joy. Help us to find it within ourselves, find it within you, find it within our community, find it within our loved ones. Help us to see it a part of our life and experience it in our daily walk with you. Keep us connected. Keep us close to you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Talk to y'all next time.
Amen. Yes. Oh, what's the thing? There it is. I'll be fishing around for buttons. Hey, y'all, man, what a great episode. What a great show today. We'll dive more, I think, into this same topic tomorrow a little bit, because I do like the idea of understanding and expanding worldviews and all that. And whether y'all knew it or not, like I said, talking about stuff we did talk about today. For instance, just changing your mind on telling somebody they stink. Like that's coming from another perspective. And at the end of the day, that's always what my goal is, to make us think beyond what we think right now. Can you think bigger? Can you think better? Can you think more vast? And then if you can do that, you can have a different level of emotional intelligence. If you can do that, you can have a different level of reaching people. And if you can do that, you can have real impact in the world. And if you can do that, we can see heaven come down.
Yeah.
So it's all about knowing, folks, because I think that's the ultimate goal. Heaven come down, heaven on earth. That's what it means to upbuild the kingdom. And so that's really always my point. I told you I always got a little bit of an agenda. That's why, I understand when folks think everybody got an agenda, because some of us actually got an agenda. My only agenda is to see heaven on earth. That's my only agenda, however that comes. I ain't trying to beat you over the head with no Bibles or nothing. I'm make you think about stuff. But at the end of the day, as long as you get to the point where you love people, you'll change the world. And that's all I got. I didn't tell y'all about the atheist church, so I have to tell y'all that tomorrow. Didn't nobody remind me either. I said the conversation got too good. That's what happened. So we'll talk about that tomorrow. Yeah, the atheist church thing. There's a clip. It was really good, and it was. I take it as an indictment against the Christian church, not because they were trying to be indicting against the Christian church. It was a specific thing that I saw with somebody who went to an atheist church. I would have to talk about it tomorrow. But yeah. But all right, Rich, your prayer went to heaven. I got to check for a few comments. I got to make sure. Miss Ursula Ellis said, "Amen." I had to check for that. I had to check for the mamas of the show. They're going, Mama Pastor Cynthia Cohen. Great show. We get many informative insights and great information to help us in every area, both naturally and spiritually. Thank you, Zeke and hosts. Wow. When the mama say stuff like that, it's on and popping. I know I saw Mama JP put something there. What she say? Today's podcast was very good, even through humor, there was a good message. And y'all so smart. Y'all hosts on this stage, y'all are so smart. Rich, Rhonda, y'all are. I wish I was as smart as y'all, boy. This is man. So shout out to that. I knew that was gonna happen. Look, as soon as I switched that screen, I knew that was going. I saw what I saw. Hey, y'all, thank y'all so much for locking in with us. We appreciate y'all. Don't forget, rock out tonight, Rhonda on the Rocks. I'm sorry, y'all. I do got to make this one last announcement because I did not do it at all during this show. This Thursday, two things coming up. Healing Voices is coming up on this Thursday. So please, if you got nothing else going on, 7:00 p.m., 114th and Vincennes. Rhonda, I still ain't sent you the flyer. My bad. I did see that in the group chat like 3 days ago, and I ain't did it. I was busy running. But yes, I'll make sure you have that. Healing Voices, 114th and Vincennes from 7 to 8:30. I told y'all yesterday, and I'll just go ahead and pass a little hint. I think I'm going to record something tomorrow at Healing Voices. Like, I'm going to actually teach us something and record it. So if you want to be part of that, come to 114th and Vincennes tomorrow. And then tomorrow at noon, and I still don't have that flyer. Like, for whatever reason, I can't. Oh, actually, I do have that flyer. Hold on a second, y'all. Hold on. I forgot. I had to do the same thing I had to do with your flyer, Rhonda. I had to just load it up. But the other thing we've got going on this Thursday, if you are in need of support, around being a caretaker or the person that everybody pours everything on, caretakers and strong friends, this is for y'all at noon. Again, this is not a big event, but it's a support group that helps us just kind of woosah for a minute and just kind of deal with the fact that we stressed out over taking care of people, and only people who are caretakers understand what that is. So this emotional support. That's what that is. So that's Thursday. Both of those things are Thursday at noon, and then Thursday at 7:00. So either way it go, I want to see y'all there. I appreciate y'all so much. I love y'all. Until tomorrow morning, y'all have a blessed and wonderful day. And thank y'all for locking in. Don't forget to rock out with Rhonda on the Rocks tonight. And Rich Holmes, you ain't push out real quick, Rich. I know. We about to go. Rich, View E Network, Chat PKT. Tell the people where they can find it. You done released episodes.
You know what? Go to YouTube. Go to YouTube and type in View E Network, all one word. You can check it out right now. Streaming now. Chat PKT, Preacher Kids Talk, where preachers just sit down and talk about some crazy stuff that's going on in our life. Y'all be nosy. You want to know what's happening. We gonna spill some of the tea. Not all. Yes. You're gonna have a good time there. So
love it.
Yeah. You said Chat GPT and the dog bark. Chat GPT was like, no, that's not what it's called. Like,
Chat GPT.
Right. Say it right. All right, y'all. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Y'all got a lot of stuff y'all can check out with these hosts that's going on. So y'all check us out tomorrow morning and check out all the other stuff we got going on. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Stay locked in. Zeke Live in the morning. Love you. Peace.